tu asuo ozioma ADAKABRI FRIMPONG MANSO wagina konya babiewu
Nix 100.9 FM so any na ene Wednesday November 18 2020 and the time just about gone 22 minutes past 1 ene ahinime bosome na yewomi ne da etoso edu enwotwe afi empinu se aduo no na memanti dwumadie ene yede bremu abodonko apa ho meeting aduonu emienu na memanti dwumadie yede free NIT 100.9 FM so na dwumadie mi amedi ho chia me yefra me ADAKABRI Mamudu osioma panyini kwadwo da mi ado as usual ana wode mesi abrochire de mesi montene so the proud owner of the contents of the show enti na sa ana yeye no na yemfa seda so emfa mama Jeros agiman no ana obo no echi edom na no akire no nso so no frema abankro na ono nso so no ana technical production esini na so na yede asedama engineering group achuagbo nana worker nana buaje nkwatia ko nana ajare adasankroma wose sempro na fe yede aseda so de ama engineering facilities group and so big solo and dada na fe Godfrey de friend Ubrana na DJ Bosco Mapuna na mails ni yesa ne mrane se tetai na emunsam a eda ho edebeba na tie boys we na mibusa o ya na members of parliament ekotua ba mesramo munhwe na munchusu MP fo pa mo parliament mami o munhwe na munchusu MP fo pa wo masote asem wo MP fo pa wo ye meticulous munhwe nchusu MP fo a wo bi ka asem asam no oni an beka no on be deliberate ye 25 member appointments committee ene kokwatena ase ma mate amidu wa mototo na no na sa 25 member appointment committee fo no na wo maso na ewo hene wa maso na ewo hene na wo mo English teacher fo ewo hene fa sa 25 member appointment committee ay kokwatena ase ma mate amidu abebetina wo mo animo no yebusa se na wo mo so na ewo hene enna afeso wo mo English teacher fo ewo hene muntie matiami du kakra nenne medam 25 member appointment committee say yetie sika yetetie mo wiremu representation of the People's Act ye za chire mo so free various constituencies aduma babetina ye member August House 275 of you 275 of you ni yi mu 25 mu katrase na matiami du abirima betina se abeka ni tiri mu popa okan brofu edi akire mo na mumu bia ntimi an question matiami du mumu bia ntimi an evaluate sa asem we ya wakan ye mumye nti asa ne yenyina yakabo madam sa 25 member appointment mukoto abe munyi MP fu atebrofo munyi MP fu atebrofo pa amatia na mamintie
be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed. I accepted to try. And that's what I'm going to do.
Mr. Sabrofu ese pa and you 25 member appointment committee no brofu na no montiara. Akoya betre man ma be kansem hunu we di akire mo ne ma pass yakwa we se man ko akwada me ma santie brofu ye ne bia George Diawuo ofri brekum on na kire me English e wo form 3 e bia na English man tira say na was say I accepted to do what
be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed. I accepted to try. And that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm just one person. my deputy's integrity and
Be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed. I accepted to try, and that's what I'm going to do.
Okunkunim kofe jinane so akwara padi kokwe hu ededa mana echire no ne adehyiamra kroma dansidi fo mehwe kasemu chira awawade esumu apai mo hire nyakwa pie awonwasem nie we die bi si pen ne Neat FM yamamwa kwaba
panyi kwada me wada roma mumma me sentie matia bi dubiem na me wi a we interview ba ko bi ho so yama sa interview and stay ni yemie phone line say de na matia me du ka no say wunnia na wo ye member of the appointment committee a entinka be pass matia me du no osesan
Be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed.
na wenu wakan busa question ben pa na ebusa matia me du yebusa sa matia me du se wotuwe adwuma ye de mawo a wachiri no dia pa na pese ye de kai wo matia me du what would you want to be remembered for mientie de matia me du kan ye
Be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed.
enti misraw when you kwada me we de mon che me 10 minutes pe na me de bia me na me George du awuo ofiri brekum one na kire me English from 3 e bia na me wan kire me English ni say what would you want to be remembered for na sam wa ye we ya George papa ibon design matia me du alamisi what de ba ye pass say prayer was 0302 243540 0302 243540 and I say 0302 257902 0302 257902 somewhere ye we year what they buy ye so now with the appointment committee ni su bia and kadia na ka abeye na ne ya na wonti su bia na wo am ayakoto abade amomo afutuo be pa na ade be ma ye say ye ntu abama the sort of MPs be pa na ye ntu abamomo hello good afternoon
ADAKABRI.
Panyini ya frozen
Your friend watching my favorite class central.
yo na ebuachi say ana matian lamisi woka woka ho de
Psychological zenka omo failing no. Ni kwa se come accept no. Because na twini mu also over try. Eti obi over try na yiso e dey ma onye try a lock na obeye atuma nkasa mo man no. Eti se waka bibi sa ade a na ni kwa se parliament no mutimi accept no. Na omo pass man ba out. Eti wo hwa se dia enema wa ye ogo man ni mu afi. Ota go no nkasa so na busu afo nyina ni mu afi. What I say, me to me no cry take up papa ya no ya see hwe ni mu because kwa okono e bia no bibia sie ye e bi say adwuna be di trimu nya adwuna ye betimi wo betimi bia ni akire ye eti me say aban embe anche no no sie hwe ni nsemu sie
yo waye abamie nchi no na yankɔhwehwɛ matian lamisi na dwene mu kura sɛ is he of sound mind ana wasi a wo try mo nso me hwɛ ane si akɔso ahwɛ yi a good afternoon good afternoon
Good afternoon, Juma Power.
yeah that's panyini
I'm doing Joseph, me kasa from Madina. Now, the American say, for the beginning, no, meaning say, Alamis, no, special prosecutor, not only say, there is a group which will fight him and he can't afford. That is why now all catchers say, oh, try. Because when say, your group do how almost be fighting, no. Into no local say, oh, no, Baba try. On like I said, and yeah, easy man. And all by and easy. Amano. Until that is the issue. On like I said, no, because on him said there is a group there and he's coming to compete with that group.
Yo, yeah, that was a pa. Hey, what's what about try? Ninti, the Wakaye, MP for any taper. MP for the Wakaye, one more taper. Hey, as I'm petty. Good afternoon.
Major Papa.
Hey, miente way.
Mapa Ekins in the Mifefi Achimota. Na Yankupon Chiro. Na I say the word drama no. Some painful be or my MPs in the beyond. I don't know once a glamour now. I Martin Amidu Ercano. I did to send another number for a couple of nights when say one for and to my one to bluff now or canon. But Cassaway, a mood the saying I was said that 24 committee from Motinas and I had 25 committee from or mood disqualify Papa. From the one I'm appointing a shading cat, I can say Papa, we are appointing Tuntum Pont to mention on mine. Ampa, because almost an argument. Okita, even the diabolica, Nanka, almost person Papa no baby Jumana, you may Nankasa totally and fairly. And so we can say, Abana only a doma almost said, you move to me as a special prosecutor, and I'm wishing I hear them come up Matamidu. Matamidu said, you will be another deputy attorney general of Samesa Pamano. Oh, come on. And people who don't.
Yo, the Okaya and Wakaya was also Ubuan saying, Matiamidu said, one not dear. Dear, you never kind one say, or Besoshe, said you man obey me a ya. Now I'm a dear you man say, obey me a yentin a war badger. Ubuan saying, now a year 25 member appointment committee no, a dear quan I won't see warm. Bibi bitch warm. Who got to obey MP Ben Aqua, you know. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Father ADAKABRI.
Panini of Rosine.
Opa, where wa passing Nanamu Akuni.
Nana Mientio.
Opa, Semitie Asama Martiamidu Ekao. A vetting committee national. Not a new question of explanation in that. Because who compare money a young who interview you need now also over try. Na you're going to ye over by when you said or badia. You said my other forward months of my best manum. And the MP snare upon a committee for would be Omana bro. We say you cut the private would be Omana bro because at the moment of a seminar, no the moves of front to me. Because my tell you as a young people ma. Means you say, oh, judging you know, say, all people to the cow, means you not there. Over what ball manica, a woman in the massy, a woman in the massy, because a good bear within 2 years. What you for beer uncle court? I'm the one the person said, I for Mexican to jam or mano, not say, no, say, going to be near going into the over Akakakra, say, I don't farm like also. I have to come to you now over. Young first of you miss out what I say, I saw my every kind of almost answer one to answer almost pass the song where special prosecutor now.
Yo, why? And Nipa do send Naji appointment to Ghana, share one more resolve pa, ye Musa, one Mamunka, but Rama Kumamuno, one more betrayal shake. One more betrayal shake. Over 300 million budget near the amano was who betrayal shake. Na me grad de Matiami du grad say anya wakana kore na wo wakana kuma mu asam ni 3 mu asam kire wo mu sa 25 member appointment committee no bravo no o man ti ase ananse sabiaku na Matiami du no mu suro no ananse de enti no bia grant me anya follow up question say me be try ahwekeke. Good afternoon. Hello. Ava. You're frozen.
Yeah,
Nana, bibi mi entie de wo de ba.
Na wie de da se na juma pa abomo ma ga na mishra no onyo kese. Ewura Matiamidu no, wo hwe nsemo amra wo meye prosecutor ne kura nsemo kafa former president ho a wo call committee nanim no otimi san ka se eye DSA keke no. Sa asem no kura kan ne keke no. Sa amre no nke se ye twa sa appointment mu kura. And my son did not know who you are. I say, papers or send the Bible to the question, not the question or the man. Didn't match in another one to me. I'm Pamono. I'm not saying why I copy, but it's a master or money second day. One and another in the album call.
Engineer Mono, oh, Freya was 0302 243540. 0302 243540. 0302 257902. Most of them was young, you don't want to bluff. Mwa mwese mwote blufu mpokura eni. Mwa mwese mwote blufu. Mwa mpokura munio. Ekwi adon konti bau. Nesa asem wenti sa blufu ya Matiamidu kan yei. Mwa mwese mwote blufu o. Achi mwata fuwa mei. Ena di blufu bei. Akadi ya di beshi ya wamu. Mwanti bau. Matiami do nani o. What's it one wo betra yahwe? Na nyese be ye nti no wo begie. Wubu ade say. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
But your frozen.
But your family know the art builder.
Yo, me and Noah.
Yeah, me head on course could be based about I think say near me my swag a craft film something to obi because you never tried it, you know. I think that man somebody wasn't qualified to do the job because being a special prosecutor a human can say the amount of time all can say or try and betting committees so aging out to say on age, and I think say parliament, you know, most of them are not supposed to be there. Honestly,
it's the type of MPB and type of MPB and better about man say.
Mama Sha, one on work.
Yeah. Hey, Mama was about to bravo Mponio. Mama Santia Matiami do be my summer for the next scholar. What's it? Matiami do not say what's it say? Why wait you? What's it say?
Be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed.
Yeah, so me no me se me be so ahwe. Na manye antumi se be ye adwuma ne se adwuma no ebe wie peye. Muntie members of the 25 appointment committee. Ah, where the just me say me kana me katamani na me nua me ferifo bi wo mu papa me ferifo bi be say num bi wo mu a esuma se kire maka eye me nua Joe Wise eye honorable Osewusi Joseph one eye chairperson yo one eye chair one anti sabro fu yasi yo okodwabe secondary school mo chane so ai okodwabe secondary school mo chane so wadun ai okodwabe secondary school ena eye Saraju Asafo. What me at Nefia, my papa, the English teacher, bet you what dear, would you pass O level, I pass A level, at the Aqua University, Aqua Law, Sarah Joseph would be Namatami to Castle you. I Haruna Idrisu, Atumbila, you, Mogumeni was a papa. Honorable leader, who would you be Namatami to Abekaway? Aswasi Muntaka, one of the movie. Oh, come on, I guess shaka, ko wanasu. Muntaka timubio. Ansana, ye, where do you me beking? Abu Musifu and Mede. What bad penny papa? A year gifty, Osla, Mamia Fiabema, Ohusu Akufo. What timubio? And I see a show, Madisano. Oh, come on, fire, sweet movie. Aya Anthony Abai Fakabo, one of the movie. Oh, fire. Tawa monsa. Ah! Yeah, wahine nana. Mati bogo brampe. One of the Timubi. Aha. Na brongo kofiada. One day do anyone say play in play ni too. One of the Timubi. Samuel Ogoja kwa blackwa. Ura de samme. Shelly blackwa. Koko kachoni abe mamse. Monsieur, waguya ni masi papa. Nila Devanda boy. Atani, makunta. Usuzu Timubi. Ansena kwa siya mi achireme. I ni station kwa usunya kwa menkonko ya announcement no ho no Nimdia FM wo kwazi ami ajeme wuzi Nimdia FM say wa bonsa enna I Alhassan Suhini wa such a meticulous young man at Radio Gold aye Suhini uti hobby enna matiami do say ni kwatai odeye bi MP3 that was global on Suzuki movie make ya jato oh udam dia cho what yana enna adiku hello Benis one Suzuki movie. Aye Joseph Kujo, Western Region, one of the Timubi. Yeah, lawyer, criminal law specialist, Samuel Atachia, one of the Timubi. And Sana Waya, aye, Osebo Swamwa, Obi. Ratty, bra, and they were kind one, Tiana. Obi, dear, or ye cool and collected power. And Sana, agriculture in and no Kenkwa, and the Copacusi Timubi, Mumma Santia Batiamidu, Nasam way, hey. Onoso mama yarega timubi Dominic Niti timubi ahikwaku oko the only onunkwane first person we free body eba University of Ghana what ya na say me senya achievement satam kwade na nya body na ye dwabo sokura san ka ho wonu ni the first person we free pomu ho eba University of Ghana as the only University of Ghana wanti brofi babla you see onoso so na busa sa question no wo kira de we wege akobusa sa question we de o kan wanti yire tire pharmacist, lawyer. What's one thing? Matiami do no assistant, no assistant. What's the saying? What's the saying?
Be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed. I accepted to try. And that's what I'm going to do.
So, Obia, what can I come and some? Nitibua more some. The crackasia, a geshi. Was one of the what you to Mose or try? 1 year to Muse or Bayamana ye, na the resolve next saying. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Master ADAKABRI.
But you are crossing.
But Pacho Drew, you go with the ramble.
Ma Pamiente way.
Wafa. It's some not coming now. No mommy, you're really a common about Nasa. Parties Nankasano, working war party no one, number one, you know, my Ghana. Because Papi Sabita, not me catch another. Some minority no war. In the morning, but what's not banner from the one worker, majority no does into a bejatum. That is the problem, na year face. Because we're too sorry for majority. Nako to make our narrative for the yes. After Madame Papiol any day, Nina Yard Papa, and the Papa Nian Saya, we get them to go to me for Panasa. But on them, they have in the party, open anyway in the way the other local, into Monkwana Mongo to Tunanum. Mobile Kadialan, when you to me, Franco, and Ghana, since I a woman. And to be judged there, and do now with them, both minority and majority. What about what's album? Let's majority at the day I want. I know no, you see a 2 year Jadiaka, let to my corner him. Because Poppy, I am the man, oh my God, yet the Nama, no, you put a snapper, you stuck with the water. And yet you have my if of what Jaco, I issue by no one but some majority then, what you do. Oh, let's go in America. If you are Ghana, Mummy and Yabako, 2 political parties, they have fight pardon yet, who are mine.
We made a go more Drowana Becca. Suhin is a man can't do vote to Tia Matiamidu. It is broken or Tiasiapa. It is here, just 24 minus 25 minus 1. It is 24 to 1. Suhini do also no or 2 Tia Matiamidu. A junior so 2 Tia Matiamidu no, Becatcha Matiana. Suhini do also no or no brofun what Tiasia papa. It was 2 Tiano. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mpacha Frosing.
Made a boy in the Casasi.
Yo, Mr. Boateman, so can you tell?
Master Winnie said, I what I born in the institute of my bay, and said, no one, na Mimi did Casa, a woman said, in the company for as I did about when my I want to bet hidden, and for me, I didn't know, Ushia. And Sana almost with your band, Yansana, with your band, no more much less a cry, Zana, or more. Yanam penny for a baby said, the Cocasati, or Casati, when it's 3 4 or Tenabi boom. And Sana or more back city or more back here, said via the Adiana Manon. Sanka or do one can obey to cry in a home of mine. Can give the answer to you, crying in common man. But that time, no more much say, or more young musician in every year. Say you say you the man and the even the man into Obia of head say obey no mind there you say and I say. It means imagine say here no one here here so no one here. So Father Kabem does it send them after
yes, we are the say. Now Musu ADAKABRI no mag jelly and they will one when you call them. Musu I bring Ben and Musmote some Matiami to say I would like Mubri Ben and Musmote. Muso no mo no din kwame nkrumati gasia kwame wanua anope wu giregire mu yase Matiami do na ya be mi wofa eja wiase na wakoto Lexus na wakoto Lexus se spare tire no a ehye car na se no aswati kakra na light you saw na eja wiase twa na wasade suma mpanefo mienu kowa na so na kote Mugabe amomde ka yi ko Toyota such as BBS such as a Kania na so wa Lexus imwe ajakura se ka wantinam amko yese spare time so na pressure that take kakra. And nay, Matiami do this spare time what take kakra. Kadu kra. What kadu kra want now? Ha, na agrobi ni yedi wa ma we say one. Anyway, minua Ike so or your geologist or your UK was one there. I will try. It's the best Matiami could have said. Yenti no say. What is wrong with saying I will try? The little boy who says I will try will always be at the top. The little boy who says I can't will always be at the bottom. I will try does great things every day. I can't does nothing. Be sure to say I will try and leave I can't alone. I am with Matiami. Good afternoon. So no, what's I will try? What kind of question? And I was the truth. So say I'm not there to succeed. Now, and they say I'm not there to succeed means I can't do it. Where the mama so allow me see. Ready? I said, anyway, you the first one you man no a pressure gauge each say time no form no. Un say ya na aye bibi to say all bi sa na bibi hemfimfin na eda so sa no. When one tear say no say me go tena say aka we mo. There be there. And no yesesa ya ganna na pon awie. And yesesa no ma no. And yesa ma na no da Land Cruiser. And no to de ma no ba bosome nan. And wo tia aponchibire no agina. Aponchibire no agina. And so within 4 months the brake pad. Land Cruiser no the brake pad na there. Are engine kura and running in wie yo. And yesa ma the third Land Cruiser. Third Land Cruiser the assembly ama ho. Abedi there no so op pick up. Na ya na otako ne back garden ekokodo. Ye ne de Ghana sikati timpanifo bi o. Panyini bi te Ghana ha se a wonim ba bi etu electricity mpoda. Wonim ba bi etu water mpoda. Ntene ya ikufu adu adawuro ma wasa be ka kire kura se free water no kura de. Wontu electricity da. O free university be yi adwuma ma Ghana. Ghana hwe ne sa we ya sama ne pick up. What pick up no sa ba no ka kire se ya na wosora no pan na ni jonku no oba betina Land Cruiser no mu ya na ha ti ensa ma la saloon and ya di saloon pin so wey ye enti wa pass momi ahwo enti mfaso de be pa ni enya free Martin Alamisi ho mama mi tie Martin Alamisi bi man sana ma bi phone line no mama mi santie de bi mama mi what's saying
Be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed.
As well, no. What say? One can say I will give it a try, and I say I will try you. What say? I accepted it to try. So he knew from the bottom of his heart. Said no, dear, you bet me, I will try. And go okay, I be so a son ko adorso ni atwere ni mu I will try. And the city no chase 25 member appointment committee obi akwa amprekene kakra because ne ayi adwene se be me na kwadada. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ADAKABRI na pom today.
Kuntunye.
Yo, ADAKABRI la.
Oh, wife.
ADAKABRI, mama ka se binchro. Me na ho. No over 90 years. Na me na ko hospital ko operation. Okwa no wode no tompa do kacha doctor the doctor. Me pa cho operation me nye bi that to bu ase. Doctor so oh, ma so me real wait intitia na wode ma be me first operation da. Me ba me na no se be nye bi. No, as a man ye kuntu as and then. ADAKABRI se me na. Edebia na mami. Me na edebia na mami. Okwa ko operation. What no tompa do kacha doctor na doctor. Me pa cho operation me nye bi that to bu ase. Doctor so mommy, me so me intitia na wode ma ba me ba operation ti. Me first operation kan me ba be wi. Me na no se me nya bi. Obi a high school a. I na me ba be try. Me na no se me nya bi. 90 years. E dey do na maami. Wa ke na sia na ofiri. Me se hu me wi ku. E pay for mo fi dem. Me mo ko to na ADAKABRI. Dem be Jesus ko ba fe o kai ma ta se o. Me we na adwuma ko bi sia say bro fi o kai kra ma.
Mo na mo se mo te brofo.
Oh, ADAKABRI. Yana yanko university enda de yan yo ne hu biem.
Oh yeah.
Me am ko besi timi na me yore hu.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If you bubu wodi ni akota wona tesem.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alamisi. Ai, ma wakano kuro. Nenu kuro no kan. Say, uncle, there's no way any professional would pass an interview with the objective going into a job to try. So I'll give it a try. The only reason to you adwuma no. But mama, the people subjective brofuni ye. English na chairman of the appointments committee so no. Jo say usu. Yan no so okodwa in secondary school. Me pacho. Me brekum this year George dear wo na kire me English. One na natural English kodwa be. Me pacho me sentie bi. Na brofo no me nim se prophet krabeti brofo na se. Matiame do no sesen.
Be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination to try. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed.
Why do you have to succeed? What's the Ahubrasiemu? Miji to Musa, you remember by yes, sir. Meswashe. Na mani antumuda. Sir, a very pay. Appointments committee, any part 25 na bubu di no. Me ferry for mu ye num. That's my come sense to aka kire wo mo. Your wise. Nti brofu yo kan ye mante. Na babra yi sinu kura so na busa no. Babra yi sinu o che subject ben. E wo Wesley girl. No che English ana. Anka English dan keme twa na da bi keme twa ni kuna chi ma. George, wo yire no che subject ben. So no. See, me brapa ba ko na diaba. Me braba ko na diaba. Was ADAKABRI listening to Martin? He was appointed before he faced the committee because he knew the appointment is automatic. So no. See, I did nipa bisu Ghana hado. Such aptitude. Say bank haka krakwa ye adwuma aptitude test. And a Ghana Revenue Authority for penkwala a fencing 400. Would be send kwala 7,000 aptitude test. Ye penkwala 400 po. Ye penkwala 400 pe. Would be 7,000 and aptitude test. Some it was a wouldn't say me book maya or no or try advance ticket our VIP. Wouldn't say or your biochemistry or KNUST. Or you book ma or try ticket in no. But oh shuru. I'm sorry, some Makamatiana. What you biochemistry? I fed your shuru, Kofu Bibra ne shuru, Omra Meya wo assistant, shuru dia kwadani baya, one is a graduate of UST with mechanical engineering. What am I doing to Amasame? I'm gonna go take it. Can you imagine? Damn! Mechanical engineering, and I'm gonna go take it to Amasame. What if you're near you, mayo? Shuru your biochemist, bash the chemist. Obi okọ KNUST be any makodano. You better bash the chemist. We try advance ticket. Akọkọfọ ni abra no my assistant. No nkwatra masama. Also so your mechanical engineering. I was some searching because they kokoye what na be in the course of that no. Ubenya adwuma bia. Mechanical engineering no. Okotwa ticket. Okotwa ticket. Ay! Na matia midro ya soso ni pebisu Ghana soso wo so ana brofo akese Ghana nya wo so mfaso baw ambassador say mami Ghana nya wo so mfaso baw ye kai kokohwe e ma etwa adwo e wo Kwame Nkrumah secretary edwa na hye mi offer me kwa uni ababawa me or the soon or the bear, oh, brand me, and I'm saying, I say, Nibibia Muslim ya the brofu bebu mine. Musi ya the brofu, a bebu mine. Obiti brofu and no yadi. And ADAKABRI no kum and a tree a cassia. I brofu near the BT mono. This reminds me my first shoe I was given to sew as a shoe shine boy in Togo in 1990. It came to a point I wanted the owner to come and sack me and take it. What is you do? What got you? You? A drew be, you know. Not just one person got owner no crab the shoe. Just what else why you need? just on an imagine shoe keke. Oh, I ready. Mammy King Kakre. Was it? Let the Mighty Hansard capture that yours truly has no intention of questioning the integrity and courage of conviction of Matiamidi. Suffice to say that after carefully reading the government's detailed response, it does appear that immediate past special prosecutor posture in office can be likened to a lazy schoolboy who will make excuses anytime class exercises are given. In the space of 10 minutes, this lazy schoolboy will be like, "Sir, may I please go out and urinate?" And just after he comes back from the urinal, he will seek permission to go and poo-poo. Grant him all these permissions. When he's back and asked to start work, he will be like, "Sir, please, I can't find my pencil. Give me a pencil." And he will tell you that his eraser is also missing. The point is that the lackadaisical attitude and flimsy excuses the special prosecutor exhibited in connection to a new office allocation, financial clearance to recruit new staff, etc., one can only conclude that the load was heavier than him. So he had to make excuses and resign prematurely. I'm very disappointed in him. And who says this? Sir Obama, Pokuyase, number 345, Baobab Street. Baobab Street, so say there, J.J. Rollins, na tutu adikoi. Hey! Yeah, per resource. Na lamentation. Yeah, per resource, oh. And excuses. Who come multimedia? Kwasichum office. Answer na be real kwasichum office, neighborhood. Or say, one do per resource. Na one pay excuses. Kwasichum was it on it? Get me out. Was it per resource? No pay excuses. So no. My yatnasia matiami do my excuses. Yet the first Toyota Land Cruiser the manual brand new. Yet the Toyota Land Cruiser brand new manual. Na a year instrument panel no. When to me read bibi also. I just say, what to me? It's a Ghana for software that type of motor vehicles. About my moi. Driver for the do send it to me reading instrument panel. No, even when there's something wrong with your catalytic converter, light the neighbor. I will be who say type of petroleum product. I want to Ghana hano. And no na amma exhaust system no. Aye problem kakra amma catalytic converter no man na esokra be de wa hunu. Esokra be de wa hunu. Tankrofo automatic braking system you the ABS natural at least one who say brakes. Now tire pressure gauge no kra no and then kasa nche when there's something wrong with the tire we won't say ade no atwa safety form na atwa kurukuru be say na bibi awura mu at say there hey na we ye na yesi atwa plenty ketakomu no mumu ha na betimi akobie mutitia mano Enim guasia kentema 25 member appointment committee na matenase na matiamidu bambuzo na oko na wabebo manika after first Land Cruiser na yasesa na ya the second one brana 4 months na brake pad adaka na him fan kwa na eko aponchi brake no wagina ni yasa kwa chichi yasese ya the brake pad yasa de sakade ba ya wo say yamfa old brake pads na ama kan want na munna want na muchna in time manna in time what wait because osuro say ye delivery total Ghana no on passem the late Mrs. Gladys Asma ye go fa ka ni free eye workshop ye delivery workshop no de ko srem no ni David nom wa fa kusi nom ena ka ni ko bu fa so wa achiri ho nom say workshop o ya miamia bibi mu ye enjame nkwan ke koku Mrs. Asma e de se nyankopon aba fa Mrs. Asma e de kuri so na was one time any the third Land Cruiser san buy I feel was me pick up I feel was me saloon a down way mu man kwatena down way mu a down way de emu so adodo mempe I dem fa no kwa say was aso emu so dodo kwa mie hey mama ko na me ko London ya me ko United States aba na me ne be ma yakodi nkomo ofri asante achima gogo agogo so de meko ho no mayi memene da kwa America agogo ni a ono oye transporter chese bukuma pa kwa America na ne maame ewu a meko agogo memene da akwa gina kwa America enti agogo school mu fu nyina oyine ba kwa ohine ba kwa Nasrebo na na machi mo nyina mo nhyemachi mo nhyemachi school mu fo no nyina mo nhyemachi atana akwase tu unu nua no nyina mo nhyemachi na akuaku wadawro ma adua na de hye meba agogo memene da ti hyemachi na ye friend Daniel Osei Joma ama penso and consider no as worthy say what no be call United Arab Emirates amena kwa your counselor ewo honom ambassador say me mo ha hey na corona na second wave we mudi apia asumasi Donald Trump or say I won the elections mudi apia na koto baby na hot say de
oh nyame adum poko now so to say
wani bia ni mu ha say na enoma na sisi say wa wo papa Jerry John Rawlings odupon kase na atutuo na yenka bi nhemu ani say matia me dudu de asia beto so a ene obi kura nka say JJ Rawlings say wawu
asem mini anyedi kan mfa kwanya isu entia wetiefo nyina no ne Ghana man asem bebe na epiepie na nsen about to course to America Rollins and special prosecutors them and them no boso sa na mefa akwanya isu so ama Ghana man na ya kopese Rollins was na ya ni man na ya ko ma oba penny the sister national argument so man ya ko before because behind every successful person there's a woman, and I think that we can all agree that in other just that mommy what kind of community all his achievements mommy is an achievement into the better nasty that's an again the man in a bush and phone na yako na senior man penny na na kupa so kind you know we are sure that Oman the man a very befitting stand off na NDC Shani awan ko cinema yin na yako na ne wodi yan fiye bia kai Oman ti e jai papa kwan so the confidence here be
enti JJ Rawlings ye maamenom ene ye nananom ebunu se woye bonsam bi woye busuefo ena ye nsoso ene ye nuanom soso de ye fa ne se woye defo woye hero and the founder of modern Ghana ehire na wujina
so that's a question now you said here answer I got the opportunity in Akwenya and on my penny that I did the Rollins interactive. Now, before you know, a personal contact, you know, a couple of times, but from a distance. But the bare no interaction, meaning the deal come up, a part of mine, a part night, I came to the conclusion that for a national asset, we will be on a Kuma and walk down a mile of power. Now, it's the question, the Ghana said, or a national hero. Now, Nintia, if you know, and what different positions, no. And it's a revolution time, no. Things happen, never to see. Now, a lot of times, now I am for any blame. It's only no revolution. And often, no, one in discussing a man, they don't explain or look at things in the context of the revolution. I want to also say, one man, maybe I almost so fire and that's almost gone through some hardships. One man, that's almost pains, almost gone through a real. I don't want to discount their suffering. I only pray, saying, I'm going to put them on. I pray that they will find peace somehow. But Papa, dear, I come out the buy so or the sister name more Ghana. They are from Papa. And if you look at even June 4th, which was more brutal in terms of some of the activities. June 4th was very successful, primarily because now minor air test. And now minor also supported it. Almost handing over power and running the Nyan and Ghana. No Ghana. And if they could have arrested him, maybe they could have done it. But he had support. And throughout his presidency, he enjoyed the support of Ghanaians. Indeed, there is CIA report today on his tenure as president. When you read it through, you see that a lot of things he was doing, not world community, was very impressed. But again, I don't want to discount a little pain, because as I know, what can't they are not say one thing here. But maybe in my personal interactions with J.J. Rollins, I found him to be a very noble, very kind, very introspective and insightful person. The very first meeting with him, I remember in preparation for my meeting, he said, to see how I'm not conducting it. Because politicians, me as a person, ordinarily in the Qatar, I tend to gesture. If I wanted to make sure that I am controlled, my posture was okay, me practicing okay, but then I'm equal. You do the office, and one man that is nice, waiting to see him. And I was expecting, I'd say one of the secretaries, and I will be around the family. But you all know about by the way he was relaxed and the way he treated me. About your chief, welcome. The way he came at me, relaxing. He ran the office. Newspapers are working. Why not? For started to discussing headlines. For the first 5-10 minutes, it's the ordinary conversation about regular normal. Because we don't be from the Dadadia. I was totally relaxed before we even commenced the conversation. Nature is here. I need to be the home common. Practice I mean, I didn't went out the window. I realized who is here. He is that kind of person, and in my subsequent meetings with him, I came to really like him, and I wish that we had more like him. The kind of leadership that puts country first, the kind of leadership that cares about the ordinary person, the kind of leadership that is hopeful about what is possible. There was so leadership, but and for some of us, to be honest with you, for some of us, we were hoping that after these upcoming elections, he will help realign their party with you. Because we need that central figure that people can rally around. We need an idea that people can rally around. And some of us were hoping that he will play that role. And now, Fofi Antoata. It's important in I about one and then after no, the party can also mobilize and organize for the purpose for which it was created, which is to win elections and serve Ghana.
The ohone say busua no atena se ema omo de akodan eye Ghana mampanyini omo asan de akodan Ghana mampanyini dada omo gusu a omo etutu bibia dia ben ene se matiamidu yete oman we se mu nyame nko an kokokọbu former president and late John Mills chese yam patapata ama chese empanifo ani ama ho a da wo bro Professor Mills wo dem ho ama ehonsem chese ade amatiamidu yeye chese ne kuma ba ya yenya ne no Professor Mills ene se Ghana yekura yetenatena ho aho ama wodi abufuo kura so free castle hokọ yi echese security guard ba akon ano no kwa na obo Professor Mills mo ban ADAKABRI be tutuo kura de abo papa yi eso ne Ghana fo mpenefo si yenya ene se akire Papa Sherifu Captain Kojoji Kata nom Professor Wuno nom wo ekura sem no a ane se amidi wode betena fie yo kwaku anyi do honim de esi ye ene se kwaku so wode dwene no hu ene se hwe mate amidu na wakwa akotena appointments committee anim akwa kan say the only reason say or accept here to be a special prosecutor no is to try. Now the only reason what this so mo say we try no now there was no reason say obe succeed in tina wajitu mu mate amidu na ne wodi Ghana mampanyina temi say wo sori a wo ye political interference mate amidu na yedika Land Cruiser brand new manua na tie pressure above na standard international instrument panel standard na no wo say tie gauge above say one tiase ne driver kofa no so abon on so antiase matiami du se ka no wantena mu na ntena mu kina ene yesa de ka kwene so tie pressure na above keke o se na da bia wo fire wo hunu bi da ane si yesa Ghana sa di sika change Land Cruiser no asama no fufuro budin wa manfo ya de manu eno so bosome miensa bosome na yachi watieti aponchi break chuom sama eno so break pad nyina hwe ane si ye de ko ya aja ne wo de ka kofi a Toyota Ghana na no wo mo de akọ Spinters Road enti ye wi a na e de ya pe abato a na old pass no kwa ya to agu ba bi kura Amidu say someone for old break pass na amremia mintra kai mu da for 10 days na ka this one Amidu the Uber na nam ena eno Toyota Ghana asem o Toyota Ghana etu tete pass ni nyina emo mo kwa tete old break pass ba he was me hwe serial number wo ho ni ahwe se time ye de ka de ba new no sa break pad we na hwemu a eno so Toyota Ghana bo computer be esampa amache ansana Amidu tinamu o afedia de third Land Cruiser san by and san Amidu se me pick up na chere so asem san pe ese de chise mi unu question mi musa Ghana ya jijim panimfo bi so e waste public funds too much ana abra productivity no productivity wise no wuntimi enka wo meka say wo a contribution to productivity.
Using narrative about the mind, the simple answer to the question is yes, they did want to do. But I would also say that Ghana, idea back how or mine power. The whole or mine back keeps us back. And corruption. And see, on my penny, the Naku in 2016, one manifesto, one can on special prosecutor's office. And I think that initiative, no, and can you be able to and see, when he finally created the office, a lot of people were happy. Anybody do any idea? And now the fact that one far will be free or non party, then one far will be free the opposing party. And also it was a plan. And now because of the crusade against corruption, now you idea will be and people had this idea said about what. In fact, the kind of story be cry, I think that you need to cry now, but there was this story there, one passing exams for university. Our friends, they call connected. Do the university for no court to say, I don't know how my man banana admission and banana pass, no man admission. And he has this character. We are in the play with also saw corruption. So now when he took over, then it became a matter of performance. I want to give you a simple analogy. America, one more, what they call FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. And if I know what down, was sitting back. The President Jim Comey, Obama appointed, was saying from the day Obama appointed, the next or several under Obama, or several the first couple of years under Trump. Was from the day Obama appointed, the next time Obama did was time Obama being a Juma, all free White House, and Obama FBI headquarters, better or massive crowd. So when is the one friend is the one sending the year on the other. What it means is that he had the independence to operate. No kind, do letter now of resignation now. He didn't have that opportunity. The nature reporter about I can a Japan report. And that injection of airbag identifying President Mahama as government official number one. I wear Japan report in that and and he later explained that it was he didn't call him for interviews because he didn't want to cause any security matters because we are in the middle of an election.
I happen and a Jinay, Nami Musa ambassador, I happen Jina Nami Musa. Or say, one Fred John Dramani Mahama or share security expediency, political expediency. Na be a walk of friend, or ye blackberry of the opposition, moons and some into a beer after election will be to me a friend. Na Matiami do, Ubibu Sase, what the security implications, what the political expediency. Say, what no idea what timid any resignation bas our time, no more trod or trod or the far president to me. Matiami do, why you're right in unknown assessment as the same logica or the year John Mahama Diana.
And Nuna, the West, or say, and Nuna meant Tiakin.
Le say, I don't know, just one Tiasiano.
One Tiasian. So, because the timing was wrong. For if you are to put it in the lame person, that if you are to go by the previous reason for not inviting President Mahama, no, then that should hold. The same should hold for. They say we are 3 weeks away from the election. And why now? But he also gave in kind resignation letter now. The resignation letter is very loaded because he referenced an event on 12th November. A prompting to resign now. Event is 12th November.
And to say, and to Robert Krabe Kanchre, you say he practically defied the president of the republic. You know, is it not a king? Almost the same as Professor Mercy. Then we change Nanadun Kanipa Mewa. Catch us, I said there was here, dear. Wababuno.
I think that without any background knowledge of Norman, I think that the answer for a while back. But President Rollins, Anana Emano, came to me resign. When you look at that reference to the 12th November event, which is at the 12th November, President Rollins is free. And many of us, maybe I think that Nanko Yidian a while ago. He also talks about the office setup, but to some of us, and can you
now when your opportunity, I can response President of the Republic under the hand of cabinet presidential secretary Nana Bidia to Asante Esquire.
I'm a kicker in their fight.
And after the other nights, I will rely on the army to pay air cannon.
Okay, media response now, President Nanadu Dankwa Dubai. I felt to say, a Fabino, I was Sanka, almost accepted the resignation letter without any further explanations on Enyama. And this is why. What was who come for Panasem in who can say you are referencing only former president Atamil or interaction. And so I think that this is good. We are not careful. This is going to be a back and forth banter. We have only 3 weeks to the election. I didn't know my focusing on the issues side. This is me about elections. Maybe I will some Kessia, Mafa, every episode in it's simple and it's difficult to say it, but I should say it because I was a Ghana for I was a my crying for Ghana media. We are MP2, we are CP2, we are NBC. I was a man. Idea is the common NBC. Binding President Mahama 2016 corruption and incompetence. Idea and some ACPS free that anti the episode and so many other things.
Just as some no crano, I do episode you can a bufu samba across our democrat or no sabbatina appointment committee for any catch them say or quack put to the fear of God in people. Way it's just a way I'm going to put the fear of say unu car what do you mean ute I could go back around to me and say I'm going to put the fear of God in people. Who fear of God about to be John Mahama so they were a coward as a day.
And the idea is something corruption now, and the Pamo President Mahama and before that corruption, and that's what I think now more than crown more. And about 1 year for 2, regardless of Nipa obeying Kunim. The President Ghana for the course to say corruption obeying Kunim. Regardless of party, obey winning and Nipa obey corruption being kunim.
Na me chese ambassador going forward obeka na emomie musa Ghana ska yefridi ye ne what is Ghana ska no asada na ye papa yi Professor Lumumba ye ka so nkonko ye corruption ayi wo Kenya yi adie na si ya Professor Lumumba adwuma no kra wo jade to ho Nigeria ka se ye kwa corruption ho ade adie ni itimi de ye just say ye the Singaporean way whereby say obi yetimi prove say obi ye corrupter ye nyina ye ntwi ye ni kakra na ye mfa no tri emfa nto eye akuma so galotin ana akuma na ye mfa nto ne ye mfa ntimi say Kenya tinitin free so no ye nyina obi ehunu say corruption ye na fe ye dictionary no ye nyi the word corruption in free okay
Kame benwa ankame mau awa tu pa kame hajo pa asem na no ye free man no because so we shemwa adia edi enya yes a bad leadership. Singapore asem wa okay. The only difference between Singapore and Ghana the kind of leadership I want to know. Yeah, this is Canada, but Oman also quite an equality. Oman also quite an equality. So what is Ghana to talk? The bit is Singapore, and we have independence just about the same time. What is yet to South Korea and Ukraine? The independence they are one. And then when you look at one condition as independent, that is there, we were so much better off. And tonight is not the same. We are so far behind. Now, on a daily basis, regardless of Abaya or Tiswa, the corrupt activities in Kwan. And then always we have a handful of people.
Ambassador, NOB actually they are breme, enough of Matiamidu, yabre. Going forward, yanya deng.
More going forward, I was set down of winning and what I mean by that is they say we cannot go back to a place of revolutions near there. It's been quite a course in the but you will promote power. And this is Abano. So we have to say, we pass in here, and this is your giant crab, let's one man. Who did Ghana? And you know, we have any doubt. Now, leaders, no sooner. One more, yet, mission. In fact, the men cut a canon party and come at 7 December, Banco, move Bianco 12. And this is why I'm saying that. There are only about 10 to 20% of electorate, are floating voters. The sample for United next week. That's a number 9. It's for about 2015. It will send a message. It will also inspire service. Visionary leaders are come out. We need people who are knowledgeable and selfless.
Ambassador Mienfensia. Ambassador Mienfensia say na nyame ya adom a if yada yebesa ma opportunity. Why? Nyame nkan. Na me kwa agugu so me mende wo kan de na akere me.
Memo ma se wati, ubeti nka.
Atie me de me peti ya no what ya na. De me peti ya no. Nyame nkan. Right. Ambassador Daniel Osei and award the United States of America and the say. With me, I was up here on 050-600-0909. I say Martin Amidu is just a disgrace to himself after 3 years of occupying his office with the full support by the state. He couldn't arrest nor investigate a single alleged crime. Or they buy. Also, of a good afternoon. From my fair and objective assessment of this Martin Amidu resignation amid allegations of interference in his work by the president. The president's actions does not in any way constitute interference. Let's be fair to the president and not just criticize him unreasonably. The truth is simple. Amidu exercised poor judgment in his refusal to interrogate John Mahama, and out of shame felt the need to resign, having realized his incompetence. He just wanted to use the president to divert attention from that Airbus scandal. Let's give the president respect and credit where he's due. He took a big risk in appointing Amidu as the special prosecutor. Brookman Annabel Matahiku and Odifibai. I beg to differ with the ambassador. For every developing country, multi-party democracy is not a go area. And or they buy, yeah. ADAKABRI, the U for good job free senior high school is better than Dumso vote for Nanado. Kumen Sapila too. And or they buy, yeah. Please, Martin Amidu is a failure and liability to the nation. He's a joker and available but not useful for achieving goals. Please tell Martin Amidu in his net worth he should know quitters never win and winners never quit. Papa Ewodowinya and Odi we say bye yeah. Many prophet Fusu Hinejima enim komo kakra. Corruption yebetimi atu ase e de free yabrabom ewo ebibrem ha ana Ghana ha asofo any conflicting reports asofo wo mo ko asofo wo bodua I say we hifa kura any free asofo ena kwasi ena sekan osi asofo abo adwaman ma nyankopon kura kasa wo mo nte asofo ye sonkwada maba wansade ye kokko ye DNC we nyina papa mu no na asofo a wo mo di bone abone ne hyehyehye yetirimu a ye free se obi hunu ye ntwon mu enti yeda ho etete wo ma we mu kasa basa ni nyina no ye ndan akabe se na wotwe mienu akiri kakra bi na ye kɔ akwakoto aba yesi eto ahwe yesi ehwehwe asomdwe a ɛdeɛ na yeye na Captain Jesus ono wɔyɛ prophet a kyerɛ sɛ Captain Jesus prayer camp ewo dome haya pilatu na osan won kokɔ amam from a kyerɛ sɛ ye no ɛna osɔre a ɔman akwanya soso ma ye frɛ no ɛne ne didi nkɔmɔ ye ho ani prophet fuso nyima ye mo atena se
eja ADAKABRI
obet na ho mpote san
eja na dom so
nyame ase sorry ye tia so aseda nyame ye kese o
no kure
nyame ye kese Jesus yes Lord
yeah
dia te ho ne yete ho yi
mera ho
adan ni areho
metai tia brand ye bi wo Peace FM be 8 years ago I'm so da so a de bi ofro se mera ho
anya jodige ana
ebi obi be frɛ wa boni pani dia ye fantinye bi sa o se mera ho areho enti
de ni areho
na me betena hafi mra o hye adwuma se no me tie bebre na mafadisua na no kreni Ghana yenyina ye kura mo obi e nada na ho wa ho papa ya ne di nkomo no o ka asem bi sese ye to aba no na obi wini a obetumi aka se corruption na wini every anya NDC be MPP na den ye gina so de NDC call abonten no edan
corruption
nya no na na etua ma
incompetence
okay sisi anso den na ekoso
corruption
okay ndi party mienu
any incompetence ana
okay party mienu so mu ba ko wini a na so de ye katia ba ko NDC ne yampa na so de ye kan sisi anso yampa winna hwan ne be den ne be wini oga
eje se duka daya
nti den ne be wini
corruption
pajo papa na one ne kasa wo US na hwan
ye fe no e Daniel Osei
okay
John Mahama de no kokotna United Arab Emirates or ye counselor ho
okay
and then so one for Mahama ho anche ne that onye opportunity bi ade obeka no kureti ya mama no obeka no kureti ya no
yeah no se me di kan ba efan bi a openi kese bi no obu akanfo baby na em se we hu bu o se abai de bo tachi o se da ho
eda ho
ha de bu sa be
nye rollins ya de beka na hwan
adakabri Ghana ayehu wa na ensam say no omo mpeso omo tekura manyefo omo mpeso omo tekura omo be yew omo be bo ho pobone ye be dwen bone atia bet abai de bo techi no eda ho ye ka se da ho a ye nka ne se nhunahuna obi na wo nyina ye fa nhye adwene mu se abai de bo techi no
eda ho
pacho eda ho
ye be bo ban so
pacho what yaze o kan Luke chapter 13 osinti Galilee fo no so fa asa na se so no ya bone fo che nipa nyina nti na ba asa na Yesu se me kire mo se ente sa se yenso ya mo ye bra yi a se de omo yira ye no sa na yenso ye be ye den ye be yira asem we wa obekan Luke chapter 13 from verse 1 to 3
na ye fro now say debi oba say me ra ho no o say me back King David
okay
o say King David and Matthew de London and or the buy
the Gaza obi ka kire nzan just what to Ghana yes I ra de bia
ho no and me nua ba ko so de aba be ko say Y2K and attack Y2K me ra ho I will free man kesim
ya frame me krom ni no frame
Y2K enti afi ma me nko Bible no so atena ye nko Bible na atena na ma tia me do de bia bo ma me nyo comment kakran se ya ko Bible no
okay
ma tia me do kokotena 25 member appointments committee
yeah
in one breath ibusan say na ye nti say wo baji adwuma we say no dia pa na de be kai wo oba besia English teacher de busa no
yeah
and also me de be kai me pa de say di nti a meji adwuma say me be so ahwe na ma anye adwuma we say me be ye amana ye me di nti a meji adwuma pa na say me be so ahwe
yeah
na ma anye adwuma say me be ye amana ye tedi pakro no aso san ko kan say me di onyankropom
be hye
nipam enene wada ye chese ye bua ne sen
kakra me kan say so de na wo woni abre parliamentarians no so no titro won a omo ko sitting wo vetting no no sam na amne kwa so na ade we timi
omo ye 25
ade we timi wi a won no ema nyankopon asem ye no kore ye wo tibia bi ho a efra temuafo ani
ye wo tibia bi
efra atemuafo ajagifo ani
na je say omo ye bombom
bibia ka judgment a sabi oyen ye nsu ade enkwakiri ye te George a na ye de court
ene court a na nya
be judgment ye per ya ye de to ba bi ye den eda ubu no kwa aten but akwati say structure bi eda ho a fa na say yo fam ye nya point wo ne de ade eda ho say o man pani abodi ne de wo be ko na emom no eda ho say se ye toto wa no ya toto wa no a na enye den enye aja wa hu asoma meken enti ya toto na no nyina no no ano ye be kwa akototo na no nyina no say ye ewie no ochina ya confirm ne say bibisa na ohwe sa brofu we ya enne se de papa no kwa no na unze nipa enim divorce ya no brofu mu da ho boko e mu da ho enso ewia obia
every say no masi wo masi nkete asi gina ye say adwuma ne de ama na wie every say ne di ka appoint no say wo ye special prosecutor kata appointment no ye tworo ne say subject to the parliament be gina to mu enti chese da benda na ye be frɛ wo bi na ye be ka se adwuma de nke de ama no eso call parliament you know deferring view about parliament say my fama no chese obia na ye de ama no obia na ye de obia obetimi abetena mrahwe bedwafo anim 25 member committee abeka chem say media sentia me gi adwuma na busa say teacher ni ba no kro busa asasem no emre so beje ni na ogina Cape Coast staff no na adienti no ko busa asasem ya wukra Cape Coast North rather adienti no ko busa asasem no na busa
na nke muya na so woche
I was thinking muya no ko woche
so de o se bisa ya no na kire say wo hwe nanim say atemuafo obisa nipa na wo hwe nanim na wo hwe de woka so person o shift the question na what's and the other apem no but we there you obisa no wa ma omuaye enti sanke be escape obia woni oye na nke se ni obisa asem no on to me feda ni muaye no ma question foforo nsa anye den ensa ampem no
so ho na what me ahwe nanim no what is muaye wo yaba
de amma
na kesa akwa
ya free so akwasem foforo
yes you glorify nipa bi emu oya kakra na wo hwe ne papa ina no katekate nsem a wo ka na wo hwe se wo de adwuma ai president de ma no aye Canada compre kwa Japan ya na no ya ana ogina bontene no kan se risk si de adwuma ai mama atiamidu esoso na mpanifo pi di tintima wa MPP no mu na omun eni nye ho esoso wo mo ni nye ho at the highest level mpanifo pi no no eso mo ntimi anka president no it not just a president no conduit bi anywhere yetimi kan bibi kira na mpanifo pi no mo ni nye ho eso mo ntimi anka no
on my way nya twomko ade ku yen
oh sir
I'm telling you
hypocrisy
me catch you yese emze yentumi nkasa nkyere mampani anase yentumi nkasa nkyere opani wa ho enti yensu ban nyina ye na nanyankwada o wo hene nyankwada o wo hene nkwaso o wo hene wontoto yepa o King Solomon pacho eno ne yedete
wo de wo kɔ na wuduru apedwa nkwanta your friend say ye billboard asi wo ene de Ghana mampanyini photo aboso ene ya sane mnane ma akoma akonsia o ya de ye ene wo ya wo omuni yo ene say ene ya sane mnane sa caution bia ni ho so say nana ya hwe bibi ye
opani hwe awonwasem bi esi wo David ahini mu Philistifo nya David ne kokum Goliath no ono kokum Goliath na kire ko ba se so pe David kuno David dwane ya afedi no ni baabi akọ no akodu Philistifo asase so okodu Philistifo asase so no ne ekoya ne se won hene wo ho no wakofa David adamfo
sa
ene wa ma David baabi atena ene onum se David yode yefo David yokofo enti di okan ye nyina ne so David awaba yi de wom se wa ye bone pen na so sisi ye nso ni fie yi na ma ene oni ya ye den aba betena somdwie mu enti ye ne ye a obe yakoa de bia na se de okoma we nso wakokon e de ama ye nso enti Bible ne kire se ohene ni kwaje na ho afa godu bro ohene no ne Israel fo kwa akokon a na nipa no salati won so ode o mokon ode David ne nko anzo aka
sa
so mo nko kuntia ono a David ne kromofo ene ne maimofo we na ko ba se edu bro mo be kwa akon no omo justify omo inclusion na afa we ba no ekuo we ya no ma be yi omho adi na omko we ba no ma be yi omho adi na omko afa de Philistifo asafo hene no nko hwe a Hebrewfo bi nso na dimu ye den ebe on bi so omo hene ne se na Hebrewfo ifri hefa osuo enye David na emre bi okun ye Goliath no a Israel fokra eto onyom de man se solo ekum apem no na ewakum apidu no na efibra hene ne kamensa no ono ma betena mfie se a minhu ne ho bone bia enna wa ma ne ho so abon woni nkofo anim enti se yede no gina kura na obeku atia ne nkofo de amaye osi ahemfofo ne bufui asafo hene na asrafo no on bufu wo mama mpani no no nka chen se ten ma Hebrewfo no nsa wo machi unim so obetumi afa kwan bi so sa afi wo pese wonne ne nkofo no ntem ba so bi wo de wo beba fore ana ba jo uti asem abaye de bo tachi opani eda ho
mami kinkan Christian Pedu na ode ba ye Dr. Christian Pedu on Facebook live Ose Adakabri, dealing with corruption the Singaporean way can never work in Ghana.
Ghana, yeah.
And for that matter, Africa. Right from our girls to chiefs to civil and public service, everywhere is endemic. We have to look at it from the roots. When we meet one day, I'll give you a copy of my book, Understanding Africa Problems from the Roots to the Fruits. Dr. Chris Ampedu, Samaritan Strategy, West Africa. So, no, what's it? If it's a Ghana man penny, you're to way. And somebody in an atomic say, oh, Sijanaye. If I were my moon in an the shay. Na ni minister back. Or no, another minister be a carbon. And no, my copy will be about the way in a bay edgeman. And any minister, a penny back was yedmon at Nayo. Or no, so ne vice president, aqua carbon. Say almost way in a bay edgeman. And
na party now, Fumudanka Sanso.
It's only on me no corner.
Yeah.
And a yet a Jumano so dear, where you so by Edmano. When Yaku could draw, and no co-president, no, direct. And what me rappo president, no. Na president, okay, Jumano. 80. Okay, Jumana, I was away so day, what do you call Jumano, and no more so yen in our baimuno, who took the can of an idea. For a year, ni bear say, now what you mean, son. Na two groups, no. But I me a convince the president and ma. I feel the president. I didn't am cancel cocoa and cabay and Kajano say, but that room, and there was a year where Bamuina, Yakwa, you intino say, but you would be a judgment judge in the ditch. Losses are. What do you yashi, woman on conquer?
Yeah.
Now, what's your children? What say, and a year Jojo, man, penina. Just a more ya,
and the Bible say, young mom pie mao.
Young mom pie my leaders.
Yes. But young mom pie mawono. I caught Danny Nana Nyankwada but young mom pie mawon, na yan church. Share war Jeremiah chapter 6. Yes, you trust in your Bible. Or say, Jerusalem, Pene so my young church.
Jerusalem,
Pene my young church. And found home to come shasso. Dear Ghana here yan church.
Ye Ghana here.
Ye putting for a dear Nimunina, do you hear a teachings, a yan church.
If we say China, wouldn't be into a great war. A year, Nancrophobe to show almost. Nancrophobe to show almost. And no more your imagine says, Sadia, ye great war, no, young friend Chayahum. Nancrophono bass at a war, no one. Of one intimate fro war, no. Omba fro crabby, we crash or mobacrani at 2 or monka. And now, ye great one, no Muja, no petrol. Wouldn't say. Omo ye war ni we ja kwan to ho no ye betake China mprenu ana China hu sa ye betake mprenu so omo bom bribe nkrofo na netu gate na no mu say nkrofo ye corrupt into China shas yes adia na obeye orientation e de amane nkrofo so no into corruption ya adia wuntimi ntu ase easily wuntimi nyaden entu ase easily into baby ya dre na ye chire ne san akosi san na anchire na bɔ akonhoma na
maame ma wo hene bia de oyeye your friend Jehoshaphat Bible so no na henie mu uyi Davida enipa di na chiban ne ade nyina no se Jehoshaphat na henie mu no omanwoye ne atempa ne atentene ne ye den eye adwuma na ahwade bi oyeye ewo 2 Chronicles chapter 19 from verse 5. 2 Chronicles 19:5. ADAKABRI 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles.
2 Chronicles.
Yeah. That's all kind of rough.
I mean kind of rough no.
2 Chronicles. But so some moment toss me no tibun kron gichemu enum.
Yeah.
That's 2 Chronicles chapter 9 verses 5 to 7.
Chronicles in OH do nade.
CHRO Nichols.
2 Chronicles.
Yeah.
But me drew chapter 9. 2 Chronicles
19 verses 5.
Me drew 5 way. Now to mumu and bit me about 10 times say them about 10 times. Mammy King Kaya na we to na go me do I say in Jerusalem Jehoshaphat appointed Levites, priests, and some of the leading citizens as judges in cases involving a violation of the law of the Lord or legal disputes between inhabitants of the city. So, sir, he gave them the following instructions. You must perform your duties in reverence. You must perform your duties in reverence for the Lord, faithfully obeying him in everything you do. Whenever your fellow citizens from any of the cities bring before you a case of homicide or any other violation of a law or commandment, you must instruct them carefully how to conduct themselves during the trial, so that they do not become guilty of sinning against the Lord. Unless you do, you and your fellow citizens will feel the force of the Lord's anger. But if you do your duty, you will not be guilty. And Maria, the high priest, will have final authority.
Good
news.
Ayasemo.
Good news. Na sesa no so.
Oh, asesa bebre.
Asesa be. I can count the mamintie.
Verse 7 no. Wotwi no. Ose na afei Awurade huhu ntena mo so. Monhwe yie na monyo. Ese Awurade ye Nyankopon no. Enkontompo ene ani mo hwe. Ene emoagie eni ne fam. What you say? Kontompo 7 no. Yeah. Enkontompo ni nipa ni mo hwe. Ene moagie bribe eni Nyankopon fam. Sisi ye no. Odi nkyerɛkyerɛ Nyankopon asɛm sɛ de matena mu duka so odi nyame huhu
ebe hye nipa mu yɛmfa nyɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ
hu na wanhunu yɛ
hunu yɛ
okay so wanyɛ
ba jonkofo hye bibi ase nso odi Asamoah Boateng be information minister no ɛna odi national orientation ɛka ho na sa national orientation no ye jaye ebia aduru bra ɛwɔ sa national orientation no esi
kakra meka nyina
ne dia sɔre ye no
menka ne tenten enso ɔman yɛ wɔ mu yɛ tu nyamesuro ɛne nkyerɛkyerɛ atwene ɛne yɛde yɛn ho to yɛse yɛ do nyame enso yɛmpɛ nkyerɛkyerɛ yɛmpɛ Awurade asɛm atie enti yɛbɔ yɛ
asɔfo bebrebe
ɔpɛni
ɛno ɔmo ntimi yanka bibi ankyerɛ
hwan ne Ghana ni sɔfo a otumi nya kokuduro ɛne ɔmampani kasa ɛnyɛ ɔmampani ɔte so yi baako ofiri so baako nso ofiri so ne baako nso ofiri so
kyerɛ sɛ wɔne ogyina mu daa nyinaa
na nanya nkwada o enkwa so ntoto yɛ pa ɛwɔ na ɛno nko a
oh but Duncan Williams ɔne Professor Mills yɛ kama ɔne John Mills John Mahama yɛ kama ɔne Nanado yɛ kama Duncan Williams timi no mo yɛnsa nyina kasa
ɛsono kama
ba ɛsono kama de ɛsono kama
na ɛsono bi a ɛtɔre bi a na mpanimfo no ɔpani ɔpɔ obi obetumi aka no kora kyerɛ no wahu esisi ɔpɔ obi pa anko betumi nanso yatoto ari
na no kora no so ne ka no yɛta aka kyerɛ so ya ne turu bebi ya ne mu ɔya
ɔpani akoma pa so nkɔtena fidie so ɛnkasɛm dede nti ɛmfie ɔpa mpani akwanya no a wonya no a wode kɔ ne nkyɛn no ɔpɛ no kora ti
kyerɛ wo nkyie na afɛ yɛhunu
Ghana forma Prophet Isaac Ofosuhene Jima ɛwɔ Captain Jesus Prayer House me number ɛna bɛboa mo ehu makyiri kwan yie esane bere ne nti number ne yɛ 054 86 72 976 054 86 72 976 Prophet Isaac Ofosuhene Jima wɔ Dome Pillar 2 ɛna asafo kɛse no so wɔ Nkɔkɔ Eastern Region Nkɔkɔ Okrum enti number ne bɛboa ɛma wopɛ Captain Jesus Prophet a omre
right
adakabere
ɛno
obi nso nka biama mu
eti aka miami wɔ fa so firi Dome abra
okay
me kɔ agogo me dai meda Dome abra ya de dem eti Dome abra fo nyina me no behia ansa me firi ma kɔ hwidie mu na makɔ na abo agye so abusuafo hɔ na me firi hwidie mu a na nkyɛ sɛ afei na mawura agogo na mawura agogo so a me kɔ school mu na nkyɛ sɛ me school mu fo nso so na kwa me kweku sapon wada roma ono ne kurikura me na je sem dia enti ya wie bibia
to ono de ono we ya na
woni no to obeka amanyosem aha
ana
miaminu asoso aminu asoso ene te wono mo a wono nsoso ba bia wo free ye frɛ no ketino TTK to no say kanu se kana me se ke adenya I because it there a proper noun. Inti proper noun do to me can say do super bia. It was a kata no, me say kete no. We nya no ana.
Baby I free na o timi
proper. Na there who go school you can say na say can say TTK no. A member of the National Communications Team of the NDC.
Okay.
Or I say and Akwasi Kwatensi a member of the Communications Team of the MPP. Beninsia Deputy Director Communications of the CPP and honest trans asema da ho nyina ne say ya bre Martin Amidu the moment me kakra na mo kakra but we should be looking at what's next so going forward in the DNA here rather than say Martin Amidu be say bibia
anagara nyame nka mo me di nyame gya o
nyame so aka o ye betie so na mpa bo no so nya yemu de o
ye bebo ye busu pa
nya yemu da it has that any other omo betena say eja politics ya na ese ebedie ni yare
FRIMPONG Needs FM.
Ghana ba Fourth Republic imono yato aba imprenson 7 times de etoson wotwe ene ba beto no December 2020 we nyina mu no Ghana ene di nkunim afi nso despite media be no sene ye no abato afi biara
se abato afi dru so sei ya wani tia omanmu ni nyina ni da despite media so afi ya bato no ebe ye repeat and say revenge ana upset bebem December 7th ena ebe chire
eye decision time despite media group say efri sabre akopem si yabeto aba no akenkan na afi yabobo amienhu de odi nkunim wa abato nim no despite media group a ena sese wutie na wo hwe yen se eye TV ana eye radio kai se eye decision time
edi ehu na wo hwe ato aba afie eye manifesto ana campaign boshe enunti na despite media aye ne say from now till December despite media ma okwan amwahunu ne ekonyina
yebebo amwahunu ne ekonyina na wasigina beboa Ghana dachi me kire say what take decision it's decision time
every sabre ya kopim say ye beto aba na wie ne yabobo ne die muntie na monhye despite media channels every say munnim die betimi aye
NPPC for more to do more NDCC change the change CPPC yes some PPPC a new hope for Ghana LPGC a unemployment benefit for all children under 18
so what Ghana Union Movement in kan obeti gum na APC eno akwadonko ono susu sen enye no eye decision time enti siwadwumi pi
wonim that I said despite media there ya come say enye yesi ya kan fenchem na 275 constituencies ni nyina despite media wo hodada enti uni how
despite media Metro Peace FM Hello FM OK FM Neat FM UTV and Peace FM online ye wo hoba wo sade ye ne dada no enunti today na mafidie ne nka heya decision time on despite media ye na ye tie
wenti ene eto sa frɛ say Brabeka despite media platforms ahodo nyina ho with our team of experienced journalists and reporters you are assured of nothing but the best for election 2020 ye shamobo said 275 constituencies 33,000 polling stations ni nyinara yini twiem ne de ho nsem nyinara ebebrem election 2020 despite media say a decision time
What's cool, fresh and trendy with a new look? Makes you feel real good, that refreshing vibe. Satisfies you right just the way you like. Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? This natural mineral water. Feel different. Think special. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM. Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
Catch it. If you're right, maybe I know you. And that's what you. If you are Mutie, Bosumi, Mamutia rent to say. If you're right, for the Ghana cities. If you are from Mubatia, 8 Ghana cities. Hey, son is Mabu said, if you're Ramatia, between Betty and Mumpumo, and with the Equasuina. Now, this way chocolate drink that Abbey. Someone of my Elchan when you that bay and I will crowd better too. What you make us say be a few of our Shebra. I mean, you be Kramanoda. A Jeffira said you would your book. If you're a very wood to your niche, if you're a very water, this way chocolate drink for fufu yinsua egujo mi ye tenant of 1 year akoto metra team on madan if you would to any or would to any ya bro adan now this way chocolate drink no sugar enum dada sugar wom and then once one so share ane de wo hia any so share na anopa bia me hwe so shegu kapom de befa manim ho ehwe say bia mo ba fra me ate this way sachet ba kompo egu mo atwati amama nom no mo bi da if you rasa de ye nye this way chocolate drink egu so supermarket or can see jom filling stations and shops and o mo tonto onyema te egusi and so ne yansa nkoto emetwa team awonum efewura beni fufu valanda so a wodi buai ye say ya umuna wodi kutukum ye koto this way chocolate drink nso so a efewura ye oda bio sir we shall see achu yan yabre ye beko
FDA arhwe say adwede nkrato emu agye atum say eye
yamenu ejaba boni di adwo ama wubi eti yamenu afa hin na mahwie fufuo ti ase dadada menya wofo yi papa so bafie ni anwie fufuo ya asam aba na so oben wadi fufuo edi mpreni ne mpresa da kro beye de ni ahwie fufuo a akode wo nwane adwo mo adwuma se me ne fie adwuma de mini fufuo kakra ba wo medie no eno to metwa mada pasa aso wo kan na matire nyira what ate na make am mebo a ebo de odi komum na sese ade obra to otwa fufuo yi wo wodwo mo pam na wo ma siu na wo timu aba na wo sadade na wo timfra akode ne nyina to atwa make say ya need food sadaroma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa ya mbode fufuo ne mankani fufuo a wa ne powder wo de gu da kam kama ya yefra no need fufuo a enya no bi na masori ba antilizi kama me di ye yo sese bia ma me hwe bia need fufuo eye kama say bode fufuo ne mankan fufuo papa bi na wo ka say twan eposim na ede na me so kan so ancho simanu mpe no wa wie no ahie wo kwa papa bi aguso betwese de ama mani kura agisa need fufuo a mam ko to bi kura ba ne say se de Ghana for sipom fufuo no eno an wo ye nu enti se wo hwa fufuo won pam wodom ne we nu a wo ho susuna bi awom wo nso de bode ne mankan fufuo papa bi ejanie eni afi na fufuo na afi na wo bedi pa ne se de wo bedi ne se ne wo fa mogyaduro anopa wi ne anadwo a wo koda need fufuo supermarket bi am need fufuo e wo fi a eni gyenko a
FDA arhwe say adwede nkrato emu agye atum say eye
Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
Neat 100.9 FM. So any Orakopika Kwazikwatin of the MPP Atanase or Mr. TT Katino of the NDC and so Atanase. Mr. Katino na yes say mo na makwa bo matiami dupa political entrepreneur. Say one ko gu MPP government animasi. I don't know yes sir.
Asemo afi de mwachi asem de to obi fufuro so ansa na mekoma asem so no mefa akwenye so de achia me parliamentary candidate return na odoleso a ewola dade kotopon bona baso bompa se ejuma na ye no enu abekwa akosi na December 7th ya fire ntumapa is afra ye the seat no bo ma MPP kakra Emriason ye ji ade enko biom John Mahama bebi obi ewia mehia no Chiame mame balare so ya so pa bebi obi anyame enhira no Alagabre yemfa bo bia pa se Matiamidu enkoye bibi se meka masem na mana ye periperia ye be kaya His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo the huma echo parliament ye pass special prosecutor way issue into law ye pass we no abane jije ho emane ye fe indeed ye nyina ye ni je se edumri bia ye bemnya obi a oye independent a obetimi a fight corruption ama obi a asuma den adwo no na enye partisan Nana do bo papa we abaso pa mani yefe. Say or you incorruptible or you a good person, you know, he stands his ground, citizen vigilante, all the words you need na de mano. But Nana do refi say only obi akojina okwanim ena we jai need you ne jai ne bullets nyina. Papa ya complaining on radio so many platforms so say the tools he needs to work with no onya, and these are hindering a jumana obey. Masa say enye a few days ago Matiamidu letter EPA say Matiamidu aye mobo mejina na do west no Matiamidu aye mobo dodo anado ne kan Matiamidu aye mobo pa o mobo ne sen say ne Matiamidu ye wo tata de call Flagstaff House, sorry, Jubilee House. E dis scroll ni share won say je ko ye adwuma no. Say appointment letter kran kan. Appointment letter ne ba 2 years later. E dan ya ye de mema for a state institution no.
The warrant of appointment no e by appointment letter
no amba
and a tray.
But me de ne say office kra ye be set apabano no became an issue. Emane ba out. Ohwe cases a yewura Matiamidu start ya onwie ye no. Edoso. Etimi akan be mienu miensa bia yate se odi etire ebi ni ayarega case ebi ni your friend is saying the Airbus case ebi ni latest one ya aye ejapai. Me feel say he has started these cases and his complaint was simple. The complaint is say akudi aye was odi ejuma no. Yemfa ma no na so pay information so efi ne nkrofo no ho a other state agencies na. Omo fa ma no. Na sa nyama we emba dia ebe ha adwene efi say eba ne sa na ono na dwuma opese oye no ontumi enye den enye. It's unfortunate say nkrofo dwen say yenye NDC for ene yakɔhye Matiamidu echi ena yede na yese. But no kura nyame anim yene Matiamidu any issue bia on this. Eyo no a but the unfortunate thing they say so we share the letter na otro the ma president na. Dear, I don't know how you say it in Chi. What broke the camel's back? How will you say it in Chi?
Is it the ma some jinsem kura?
Jinsem kura no. The interference of the president or from his office. Na interference no na ehana pa because all share a jumana na oyena. He was an independent, officer ye kreti. They didn't need any government to be able to push them to the left or to the right. Now share instances outside here to say first one now. Ye mami frema catcher and say hold you on Olma or voter region or Bebano. And a second time, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, sorry, tell my friend Olman. His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, na shiano or catcher and say on man 1 week na on share report. To add injuries to it, what I realize is Nana do catcher and son shelf report, That is what ma assembly jeans because
constructively and now say or catch them
that is
you are
what
constructing.
No, that is what Matiamidu said. He said so, he asked him to shelve the report. I can quote the exact
a quote me.
I will give you the
going forward, and this is a very tricky and sensitive issue.
Yes, I'll give it to you. And what's a baby hanging in space? We shouldn't be hanging anything in space.
Possibly say you are constructing or reconstructing the Matiamidu can to mean that, but to say categorically, say Sana Matiamidu can we will require of you, sir.
Matiamidu,
in community.
But I think it's paragraph.
Other room, a sensitive issue.
It's a very sensitive. I wouldn't say. I would get that paragraph for you when the president said he said that the president asked him to shelve the report. Maybe 1 second. Yes, he used the word shelve the report. He used the word shelve the report. You see, Mehu, I will look for that thing for you.
All right.
But
so,
I'm not there.
So you would stand down on that word Okay, they shelve the report.
Shelve the report.
Okay.
Until you have found it.
Okay.
Then we give you the chance to restate it.
Okay. Okay. Inti, what really actually went on is paragraph. What caused the camel's back to be broken? He felt 1 week. What the quiet day? Remember 1 week nafa quiet day. What is it at all that you want us to hold on to? And knowing the kind of person Matiamidu is, no, he felt insulted. Say, me mature report about Ose main train. Is it because of what the report entails? And also, no, it is said by Matiamidu say, Nanado handed him over comments from the finance minister for him to insert in the 64-page document, for which he refused. And also, memo paragraph, no. Once he has refused that, no, that stands to reason that there was a lot of interference. Why did the president want to add something to the 64-page document?
Okay. It is interference, no.
Yes.
Are you satisfied in your belief that Matiamidu report corruption risk assessment report no? Is it grounded in what law? Law ben kase onyes ejuma.
Okay, man, who baby? Before I come to your question, paragraph shelf, paragraph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paragraph, 3rd line. This is Matiamidu. I'll read from the beginning. It's just 2 lines. You eventually invited me to your office in the evening of Sunday, 1st November 2020, where I again asserted that I was not going to bargain. Bargain, that means I was not going to bargain. That means there had been a first bargain and a second one. I was not going to bargain over the independence of my functions as the special prosecutor. I refuse to take a copy of the alleged comments from the Minister of Finance you offered me, and that would have compromised my independence as the special prosecutor. I also refuse to shelve my report to enable you handle the matter which explained my press release to the public in the morning of 2nd November 2020. I'll end it here.
Okay.
So this is clear, sir.
Let me ask a question. In one breath, who now catch the say the president needed a week.
Yes.
Senko no be handle. So if
and also being quoted,
Debbie, if we want to find out if there was any idea of shelving a reporter, it was temporary for that 1 week, for the president to undertake an action, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Is that your understanding?
Yes.
And also, if indeed not negotiating on the independence of the functions of his office, meant to say he was, as he said, he refused to accept the comments, finance minister, at the year. So first, let's ask you, do you have you satisfied yourself upon which law and a Matami do this year, sir, corruption risk assessment reporting?
Matiamidu is the independent special prosecutor.
The person say act, I him find a children say, yeah, on your report will be.
As a risk assessment report, no.
Aye.
But the risk assessment report is the basis to have a criminal report.
No, but we want to find out whether he's obliged under any law to undertake that report.
But does anything stop him?
Let me. No,
it's not that. I want to come back a little bit to criminal law. I want to come to that level.
Mr. Katina, once you can't say a sensitive area, and this is the time under good governance, because this is the first time I yakote OSP, okay, ne office no. Okay. Now there are questions as to whether he's obliged under law to produce such a report. Do you believe he has to produce it under law, or it must have been something he wanted to do just to underscore, say, to say Japan, I was this report never. Or do you believe that there's a law that obliges him to do the report?
I wouldn't say there's something that obliges a policeman to arrest anybody who misbehaves. They don't specify. A policeman can arrest anybody that he deems that
the person is injurious or the person is a risk to the state on the street.
It your comment
they don't specify. They
at
don't
a point,
specify.
At a point, or requesting of the finance ministry to hold on to whatever they were doing until say obey any report.
Correct.
And even came out to say that the deputy finance minister Charles Edubuahin was thwarting efforts to be here and there.
That's true. That's correct.
Eventually, omutimi ye bibia.
That's correct.
And what this report to Edibaye.
That's correct.
Now, if indeed Bibi na ohia free Charles Edubuahin, and I know free Charles Edubuahin from Mantem, and until thwarting efforts to be completing the report. And what can ya? Identi. And what me aji Charles Edubuahin report to be. I feel what me issue report. Na finance minister no, in all fairness, man opportunity. Now also responding to certain conclusions why ya fan ho a eye say would jika ho a na say their independence has been more or less bled.
ADAKABRI, when you go back to the original signing of this agreement, you remember the minority in parliament. They were angry on that day and they walked out. What was the reason? The reason was basic. Information here to be able to assess it and pass this agreement was unavailable. Am I right or wrong? That was the reason why the minority walked out. So if Matiamidu is looking for information and is not finding and goes ahead and issues a report, and even you come back tomorrow and says this is my finding, now that the thing is damning against you, so you come back and say, oh, I should have given you this and given you that, it is too late in court.
No, why your conclusions? And our conclusions now, in all fairness, that I can't say why LLB no, not just say I won't say rules of natural justice.
Obviously,
I see a table of size.
That's true.
Into auditing, yeah, audit report. Edit ya be can the abroad near your remarks near incorporate into the report about Is there anything wrong for the president to ask you to include the remarks finance minister
you can put out your remarks into the public domain, but not for him to add it to his report. Yes.
So we should accept to say
yes, you can put it in the domain. On Trump, former president is if the president has the report of the finance minister and has the report of Matiamidu, he can do his analysis on it. But it is not for Matiamidu to accept the report from the finance minister and include it. No, that is wrong. On what basis is he adding it to it? So the two reports must come to the judge or the arbiter, which is the president, explaining his part. And if you want there to be a truce, then you can try to get the two people to sit down and explain the matter. But that wasn't the situation.
It is our explanation here. What the amount of my say, president, waji Matiamidu report. Now remarks to finance minister waji. Na your own opinion. Nina I want in some.
Yes, he should have come out.
If indeed the president can say Matiamidu incorporate finance minister no a report a remarks now. That's the amount of an interference.
The interference here is this. Why wouldn't the president come out and put his report together, quoting from Matiamidu? Give me a source. Matiamidu said this, and Kenoforiata is saying this, and I believe this is my conclusion. That will not be Matiamidu's stand. Neither will it be Kenoforiata's stand. It will be the president's stand. That is my part. You don't want to mingle the two people's reports. Because one person doesn't believe
the other. Suggesting we should establish when a report is made and possibly advert comments made against you in a reporter, we should not incorporate your responses to such adverse comments in a report. We should issue a separate report incorporating your remarks.
That's correct. And
that's what you want.
That's what if you have done a story and I think that there's a rebuttal or I think that there's something wrong with it, I will write a rejoinder to the story. True or false? Will it go and edit the original story?
At the time I was doing my report, was I obliged to speak to you about what I have found, if a matter of fact, and then ask you what do you say to such facts?
You see, in this side of our country now, Africa, some of these things don't really work well, and that is the problem we are bound to face.
If it worked well, dear,
it wouldn't be like that.
Okay,
it wouldn't be like that because. Once I will still throw it back to the president. My reason is simple. President Senka was said on establishing a meeting between the finance minister and Matiamidu immediately. Because here you are, the person is giving you evidence of what you are looking for. Would you be able to proceed to say what I'm publishing is right?
Practically, Professor Mills Abuni, Yeah, Matiamidu practically or defy President of the Republic.
You see, you are talking about things that have happened in the past. I don't argue about that. But have it happened to you? I believe in one thing. The fact that you say ADAKABRI, Epemba, and Trese, unless Maseti Apo Babi Makudinechi.
In the same breath, that's the fact is will be because cutting up a man and Trese Yanokre.
That's it.
Unless
you can establish it.
How much did they say? Me and Fantoso.
That's true.
Go back to
Opa, that's it. Na minya titi mechiano. Ofa so wo kodo weekend. Kwambo atin story a wabo odi na de bia chia kwama me na wo koni krom.
Abi koni krom.
When ezo wo hia wo.
O ma na yire no amaduane.
Tie.
Mami kinka de kwa me send me. Domi Abra banker, the only senior banker from Domi Abra. Kwambo atin na de bre was say everybody else is wrong but Matiamidu. How can that be? In fact, he should be surcharged for wasting our resources financially and time all this while. He was a failure right in the vetting room. Bambuati.
Bambuati no finance expert. Into no sika was o se papa na boyeka.
What was your boyeka?
What was your boyeka ntia fa fa kwazo.
Kakrado be ma na yire na no amadiane wa do me no wa say
be ka say e kaba. Odi o che wa ko na. Ofa ase we wa mentu aso ofa me da ase. Ofa corruption there. What's corruption there dia bedru ha o. Na ade aye nyina menti abonte me titi can be say is a button.
We wish it is not.
Sometimes what some of the issues are enkophobia or
mamin can we say famra na jamia me de hye kekusi or juso besiase na kekusi juso besiase na odi we yaba o say I can remember Mr. Mr. Martin Amidu as a deputy attorney general in 1992 when he appeared in person to defend Rawlings in the suit filed by Dr. Belson challenging the status of Rawlings. Martin Amidu became a hero when the late Professor Mills chose him as his running mate. The heroic deeds of Martin was further heightened at the airport when Martin Amidu decided to cause a stir for the Electoral Commission to gazette the 2004 elections. Martin became a villain for the NDC when he was dismissed or sacked as an attorney general by the late Professor Mills. The NDC did not adduce a scintilla of cogent reason for the dismissal of Martin Amidu. When Martin Amidu was appointed as the special prosecutor, the NDC went haywire on the simple allegation that Martin Amidu would incarcerate them. Amidu has now resigned as special prosecutor. How does the NDC feel? Here you see, just so besiase and odi free odi buy. Na airport the na okoso stay no. Who can say when can say or shadow vice president. What's what your shadow vice president? I mean, you have a kind of what's what your shadow.
Maybe I'm say now we tape be say oko vetting committee. Aye. What's what no class e buy and nye one mess of.
You go da me mumra. Emrantia mumra. Matiami du convert no asese mumra ati emrantia mumra.
Yemtie no class na.
Yemtie no class na akasa. Yeah, asem ni o. Yemtie no.
Be remembered for. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, let me be very humble to tell you that I accepted the nomination. I didn't accept the nomination on the grounds that I will succeed. I accepted to try. And that's what I'm going to do.
It's an indictment on all of us.
It's an indictment on Nana. Because Nana Akufo-Addo listened to this and still confirmed. Because when Parliament wrote said we are okay, no.
Titi would have been at Sasemi.
And I've been real, I'm because Nana do anyadi, so Nana do tiwe, Nana do situation one tiwe. Minji say Nana do tiwe. No,
vigilante. That's why you make case wa fa he wonu kwa independent. One is private accord, wa court akwaji this ruling. Etinye nyina, unum say enye ne first time me, you know, the appointment no. Me tna hu hwe A to Z ba mante.
One time.
Me the
edging will be new.
This year we said the word for say Samuel Brian Buabin.
On what you
I will see this year. On the next year.
Ampa.
That's here boy Samano. Ampa. Your boy Samano. Me say kakra course here on Haruna Dusu. As play tribal game here the football wait. Then can you kwase ke do.
Mumusa Samuel Brian Buabin what on your and sana activist. Krobia Kwabena Sante. One also activist into also recording nyina. KKB.
Tiano.
Mechia papa. Krobia.
Asemu.
Amigu city.
And you offer so share Amidu preamble yi a boy sisi ai. E wo tape ya mo fidie mo boy on his appointment bra ko vetina. Papa no on a regular day me kwesi kwati ametu no. Me ni any problem with his credibility as our paper at the fight corruption. But let me say in terms of administrative competence here, Sebi, you have a question.
Because don't forget to say in a flashback, Valerie Sawyer wrote a piece and then titled it, I dare you to be brash, brazen to Akufo-Addo, and you will see. Into a year brash, or year brazen to Akufo-Addo. Yes,
Papa no no say nipa Sebi me hu fa na be hu ni twi. E ka so be egoistic a chese ni twi mu be ka say.
So jinhudi
do asem na mpesa be ka.
Jinhudi do.
Nipa ono den nko ade a ene say ebehye o say ene ke de
mansusu anka yenim do obesa ade abodi ya mo hwe ni ye
na won hu yo ebra papa dwoma ma ko frɛ no ko bobodi ye say ne no nyuma bi oye aba eba so ko bodi di so stupid oye coward 2 days kura ma no tworo krata tentente bede dwoma ma say opa on submit ne ho ne no ma be
enti so fa lawyer for me no
emra
Ghana mra ba ne say wo ba ya fa lawyer for me no bra
say ene anosi bi o ma no natural justice oba ne bi at least
na who choose the number of lawyers one for mumra.
Well, and also another problem. But the whole point in say you acknowledge say corruption is a problem. I will say I mean the two parties, whether NDC and as MPP, na GD. And GD so say corruption and say fight corruption. Here a normal the first one is stronger institutions and stronger persons. Because some stronger institutions no way na stronger persons are. At the end of the day, don't mean because the two are married, no move together. But the whole point is he a stronger person to man the office of the special prosecutor. And me no dear because I don't question some do credibility when it comes to his commitment and the will.
Did we need a politically exposed person
No, but whichever way do is one person I single out to say in terms of unless of course TTT and Azibia what you have a problem with his credibility when it comes to commitment to the fight against corruption. Yeah, here neutral people are CSOs in the I mean, all of us at some point have problem with them because you believe they are all having factions or belong to one side of the political.
Me make a Krabia senior NDC former minister be catch me family do huntino. Kaminya at the time no opportunity no one can catch the president say one for you man Amidu.
And I make say Amidu is maybe competent in law, but in terms of administration, pass and managing administrative office there, how they manage so competent. I know that they have do a way because already events are unfolding up to now. Some of the allegations or alleged in his letter of young interrogating now. First of all, then Amidu say president person interfere in his work. But I didn't need any of our yet.
Also, interview one can say
there's a president interfere in his work. But it is important and instructive to know say in the same report on Gaza Amidu Kahwasemno, Amidu commended president whom said president had demonstrated commitment and the zeal and president Abwa in terms of say Ababi Abwana in the fight against corruption. President Akufo-Addo is Abawi. What it means is say. 50 time Amidu Azumu office, ABC time or commission report the belief was that president had never interfered. And so in between time reports on the by to time or resign, which is from the 20th of November till 12th as the 13th for resign. And now you can probably read the meaning into say there has been an interference. But the interrogate this interference of una year Juma. A Juma na ankasakra a risk assessment. I mean a TF1 clear say it was not an indictment or an investigative piece. I indict will be as a committee in the corrupt act. For instance, risk assessment. Me kotoko another be me has me a football team. And I'm a to player. And I'm a assess player and who then say about beating my banner so into me more. And no has nothing to do with say player near for an a impact on the player and the football. Indeed, I mean it's very clear say on a regular day, Amidu's report had nothing to do with say or indict anybody on corruption. But the Papa when I also hire a risk assessment, we are another common president. And mind you, president is appointing authority. As soon as I order report in president, what it means is that it's an invitation for the president to give a response. Because if indeed you are an independent office, now why you Juma? What does it mean? Why you Juma? Then you go ahead, whether if you want to prosecute or if you don't want to prosecute, you can even give it to the general public. Then all of us will know. Say any, you didn't do that, but you went to the appointing authority. Also, of course, I am a political person, and you took the report to him. Of course, again, is an invitation for such a response. But the appointing authority is saying, may other appointees, and in this case, from investigation and answer assessment. I mean to see there be. We the report no more muti o manu masem. I mean to see there be. And papa is okay. So we on for report no more muti o manu masem more responding to it there. Of our lawyer ni. And at least we all have lay friends opinion or knowledge about law. The principle of natural justice is there. Before you can judge or condemn somebody, you have to give the person a fair hearing. What's the finance minister no beso you say na action nebeti messi say nebeti me your man na ko yoni anase bebiem. And the president says the finance minister should come out and respond to some of the allegations that you have leveled against him. If this will be construed as interference, they are not very sad.
Because Amidu is said to have indicated, he had spotted certain things that could have triggered investigations that would lead to criminal prosecution.
Fantastic. So the question remains
but because of the interference, he decided to when will be I bet me a trigger a criminal prosecution.
What prevented you from even investigating? That is also another question. Very fundamental question.
Court one.
It raises two fundamental questions here. They said the okay. First of all, I didn't see any panun. And then you will be able to be certain with the criminal allegations that you have leveled against the person. Then you know, so this is the case that I'm pursuing. Because I mean, there have been so many situations that even the Attorney General will go to court and the case will backfire. Because we are with due diligence
or trigger criminal investigations and sana onini panakasana.
Over in the same report, you admit that it is not a criminal investigation. It's a risk assessment.
I don't think I will say person one in the bekasa or incorporating a remarks the beer or trigger criminal investigations. Then at the time, a beer one in the bekasa.
Obviously, over you speak to the facts that are available. On the facts that are available, that is the report that Amidu have presented. The report is on risk assessment. And in any event, if that is the case, you took the report to the appointing authority. And the appointing authority say, in the interest of natural justice, in any event, even if Amidu had gone to court to make prosecutions, the court would have still heard the finance minister. The court would have still given, hearing to the finance minister. So on what basis say, appointing authority?
Before being prosecuted, that overthrow statement answer.
Yes, whichever overthrow statement answer. The president can say, if indeed at the end you find some wrongs with the procedures in Yadana, Yenti or no swasam already, or can be an inch the moon in the end.
Are you satisfied? Are you satisfied? Sir, criminal a corruption risk assessment report. No, is it founded on law? Say emrebi shema tiami do say onye sade na na
me hu ni say the say ubisa teach the same question. What I believe in is an act, no, especially when it comes to corruption and corruption related activities, he may enjoy some discretionary powers. Maybe
discretionary.
When I who say probably the inspiration here they free. But the whole point is, if you look at it holistically, the intent was good. So of course now person in preventing corruption. That is even the case. Now so the intent is good. But the point is, as soon as you indict some people in your report,
you got a report, no? Ejumana, yeah, baby.
Yes.
And I will teach as special prosecutor. And I will shemwa. A quaya ye fast why ye no. Emwa, a bit me give you a possible and a potential risk of corruption. I didn't see you. But who should be say
it's a projection.
Yeah, projection.
Football and the example.
Yeah, man, no cost the air there could be a basis.
There could be a basis.
Almost so yentua dam fam
$4 million na yendro.
Almost say
yes ALSG 2
almost data bank anyi
AG2
kabia ya toa so na data bank beji bibi na ALS de wadaroma omo no ye adwuma so omo ye adwuma de a kafo odidi
openi kasa no kasa te said the whole Ajapa deal no the when was an event every baby na ye the eba ansa na beto amidu kwa nazo even parliament kwa trans so are you saying that even parliament sitting on it parliament has wasted their time? No, what it means is say if baby na ye the eba, and of course there will be activities precedent even before Amidu came in. But what Amidu did was to say the whole holistic report, the whole deal Nangasano, whether it has potential corruption, corruption or not. And Amidu came to the conclusion, say, MY as a mighty, there are portions who are a bit made a review. Then you go to the appointing authority. Appointing authority on the principles of natural justice. Let here the other party, you construe this as corruption. And I feel say honor the many Amidu and not drink because per this explanation, there can't be any way of corruption. Again, Assembly see, President can say the other party also opening. The president did not stop you. You went ahead to publish the report to the public. Oh, and you what president has stopped you publish the report to the public. And the same person then turns around to come and say there has been an interference. If there indeed was an interference, why would even the president on a regular day allow you to publish the report to the public? Again, Adibako said Ghana phone who say report it wasn't only about the Japan report. There were also other issues, and they even indicted even the former president. Obakaza who say PPA issue, no PPA boss Sakini, president Sakini recently. Or mention on it, or can give you some commentaries or Hokaka, or mention
amount of debits and credits core na account mono as a Shraj a downplay na Shraj figure near way below what he thought was in the account.
Yes. And Amidu account was back. We know Becca Airbus and was some sort of kakra. I know the personality of former president John Mahama say he is a government official one. Now, if the president indeed wanted to shield the reporter, this is a report indicting his highest political opponent. As against the risk assessment, because we compare John Mahama, he made it clear that government official one is John Mahama. But if we heard the Japan side was only making recourse to a risk of assessment. It has nothing to do with any investigative piece that indicts the finance minister. So on a regular day, like a president can say such a report will come out. But the president is saying, the actors involved should at least be given a fair hearing. And I'm not sure that should be misconstrued as a president
a fair opportunity.
A fair opportunity. And me say I do casa no problem. And my back conclusion say, yes, the man may be good. The man may be credible when it comes to the fight against corruption. But don't share a normal CCA, especially in the operational difficulties. That everything shows that when it comes to administrative competence,
resignation, to make of it say or can say John Mahama because of expediency of the upcoming general election, you know, investigations be na or no, the time also they are resign. Does it? More or less, does it? As what contradictory on one?
I on one side, you know, when it comes to the party, I try a party. I may give birth to you there. When it comes to the personality of John Mahama, there, unya time because of the political issues in when because a bit cause political tension there. On the other side, when it comes to President
of the Republic is telling us, Martin Amidu's decision to defer Mohammed's invitation over Airbus scandal baseless.
Yes, because on what basis? Again, unless he's able to prove it, because what is his reason? His whole reason is because of the interest of national security. Now, the only idea, but don't you also see that it may also cause, mayhem with other party? And unless they are out to challenge some of the allegations or make offer,
when it comes to NDC, they are on person stir the honestness. But when it comes to MPP, they are person stir
or soft more.
It mumu jidi say you born pa.
Me not sure say a papa say na. Some of the comments are be deserve John Mahama no can be did in attempt ni adon. And also bit my bone hu kakra. Unso make yi.
Ajakupa do so ni attempt there.
There be say Papa they say wa resign. Okay, I said John Mahama mu ba bonte beka so you stupid ni o mu calling or a coward. say the report was stated say he has been threatened. Then this for interpret say BNP before na threatened. Me sure say Mahama no ba bonten be friend stupid dad no. And this abonu hu. And they say no say
and enchine so there.
Over. Say papa no wanyini ba wanyini yo. Amidu no wanyini ba wanyini. Baby e duro enchine de. Nti me sure say ehon nyina ka ho de hu aye de abono. Nti ye ka so resign a enye wa resign.
Like I say Mahama so was totally apt. Say obo hu sa na.
Say Mahama no nim no. Won na ye adwuma pen. We can so investigate Mahama on so many occasions at day when kakra. Offer say
no credit.
Offer a ho asem de mintimi nko details into unless be am investigative report.
Amidu what can say my ya.
Me papa offer me Amidu na nkasa de in terms of ne credibility me kwesi kwate mini problem ho.
So bi so ka say Amidu ka say na ma me your back cra.
Me nyanhu the reason why I should doubt his credibility. But in terms of administrative competence, say because we offer officer what normal in 2008 offer abama Ghana 1 million cedi say fatiki undertake the setup process. Over say take officer ma on a new officer. Responsibility say the be office no. Both abine and our office. I mean the officers of the office. Abama 1 million 2018. 2019 abama over 180 million. Out of 180 million. Abayan facilitated Biama or facilitated over 65.6 million. 2020 so no Abayama 188 million. Says again Yamabana Fanazanga. And the Sabra this come out.
Only will be nibi.
Dabi. And I'm say mini question mark with this credibility. But she can't cast a fire Juman one fire Jumano. Because Abayama and financial clients at least on could to about 249 staff. Only Okutu 2. Wow. A deficit of 247. Not Ghana for honey in your Jumane. Honey in your Jumane. And I make say he may be good with law, but in terms of administrative competence, and Kasa say one manage into Amidu Diana yes I can be
none the board no so to where they.
Oh, say almost everything there have to be how do you call it? An agreement or consensus between him and the board. And
a board of what
but I'm still say unless I get the basic details, but the point is he has been able to come out to make such claims. And he was more or less like the chief executive officer there.
That's not a man to say, Matamidu, Yajiji, no so excessively, Anna.
So we take our boy on Waka say, or Bezo, or try, no uncle society. Let us a papa no more or less, he was overrated.
But he was overrated.
Amidu was overrated. Amidu was overrated.
Do you agree?
If I come made the house in the Inisia, also on my statement, we say, accommodation, Granny Yabimano. But say TFO who's on 3 occasions. Abaya Mamidu die. Mamidu. Nina waji at 2 weeks pepe no asabe catch abaya so on pesa adano. First one man die near opsi the bank hospital. Actually be 2 weeks no beka so on pe.
Hospital the your mama say
open. Na den ti
o maybe some
obi ani ho ka sa joma ba wa anya hwe.
No see sa
Ghana ni bi ho ka sa but they say within 4 years no. Ya ye more than the momo be ye. That's
what mama see sa hospital no.
Mpacho Bank of Ghana hospital. Na bre so see.
Na Bank of Ghana afina wakasa na ne pension ni see.
Ne pension nti pese mo tell me hospital mo pension na do see.
Open my mem to aso ami.
Tell me back.
Are you ready? I'm ready.
Metro question we have to.
No,
remember 1 minute.
Remember.
Remember my time 1 minute.
The infrastructure project, hospitals is exactly.
What kind of hospital?
Hey, but
can you
hospital? Man come.
This is that oil.
Enim go assist.
Now see hospitals. Not necessary if you know money so
no cano.
Or grow by a hole.
A chair na Amidu far from sa 2-story building now by the man was unkum. And a chair by some man building for na sa SY GNTC for a building be. And also sa by the man we o me renovation ye bibia ye be wie no so unkum. Was up dan for. And a by man 10-story building no I can so poor so 10-story building be then no pe. And a by board can no CC ta a dan bro say to aso makoma 10 no. Aban wie ne the key command was key no. Ya mfa ma no.
Mo di shame envelope mu
no. The same envelope ne man ke say aban bodwa na nke de ema no me nipa hu. Ndi sa dia e dan e to aso makoma 10.
Ana mo so mo ye na mo kopa na chew. Sa wanye ne sa.
Yes na daroma. Man no corruption
say government agencies ben na na omo heads no e strong enough. Etimi dictate my president no.
Over the home say
said the opuni kra na opuni ni dwoma amantem kra koku board no opuni timi dictate my dwoma ama.
Over the home say about Amidu
asem. Aban head ben na otimi dictate my president sir.
Over ebi ni ho.
It is a match Amidu
ya no so me say Amidu no say I don't know baby o free ba no ana papa no so be complaining say ye one man fight nti di obeka bia no aban person ye man no dey fight corruption ye ma odan to aso tan say keys near the same envelope na ma unti no e ma unti me adwuma nti na me ka say in terms of law no dey papa no may be credible but in terms of administration see a managing officer there e ho dey onyade and na mo odi adi adwuma no we adi adwuma no based on administrative incompetence and not an interference from the government
titi bremo
ADAKABRI me pese mbebo nyum bia ma me oda me mo he mo mbra mebo nyum bi ma me aboa emra telebra me pa aboa kokotiba mbebo ma me kokotiba obenyina ke mbebo ma me enu ehu hia me bombo bi
Needs FM Kachi efiura me ba wono yire ho enaso biem efi ambutie bosome me ma mutua rent sen efiura 40 Ghana cedis efi na de kro mo batua 80 Ghana cedis sani mabusa bi efiura metia bitimi betete mo mpoma mu ho ehu de ekoso nyina na this way chocolate drink dada abai semo ne mama etwa no mo ani da ban na wo kra obetitru wotumi aka sa bi efiura fa wo so hyebra eme ye ntwa bi kwa ma no mu da
efiura sa de wo duobo efiura fa de wo tu yani efiura fa de wo tete ya this way chocolate drink for fufu yinso a egudwomi ye tenant for ne yesa akoto metwa team no madan
efiura wo tuani ya braw adan na this way chocolate drink no sugar enum dada sugar wom enye no aso anya nsuo hye
ane de wo hia eni so hye
na anopa bia me hye so hyegu kapom de befa manim ho ehwe se bia mo ba fra me ate this way sachet ba kompo egu mo atwa tia mama no mo ye bi da
efiura sa de ye nye this way chocolate drink ebusu supermarket o kan si dom filling stations any shops any o mo tonto onyema te ebusu eno so ye nsa nkoto emetwa team awonom
efiura beni fufu valanda so a wudi buwe ye say ya umuna wudi kutukum ye koto this way chocolate drink nso so a efiura ye nya odebio sir we shall see
atu yan yabre
ye beko
FDA ahwehwe se adwade nkratoe mu agye atum se eye
yamenu ejaba boni di adwo ama wubi eti yamenu afa hin na mahwie fufuo ti ase dadada menya wofo yi papa so ba fie ni enwe fufuo ya asam aba na so oben wadi fufuo edi mpreni ne mpresa da kro ba ye di ni ehwe fufuo a akode wo nwane
adwo mo adwuma se me ne fie adwuma di mini fufuo kakra ba o madie no ene watu metwa mada pasa aso wo kan na matene nyira
wati ate na make am mebo a
ebo de odi komum na se sia de obra to otwa fufuo ai wo wadwo mo pam na wo ma asiu na wo timu aba na wo sadade na wo temfra kwada ne nyina to otwa make say ya need food sadaroma wo bia mani ye pa ya wa yam body fufuo ne mankani fufuo a wa ne powder wo de gu da kam kama ya yefra no need fufuo a
enya no bi na masori ba ntilizi kama me di ye yo
sese bia
ma mehwe bia need fufuo eye kama say body fufuo ne mankan fufuo papa bi na wo kan say twan eposim na ede na me so kan so ento simanu mpɛ no wawie no ahie wo kwa papa bi aguso
betwese de ama mani kura agye saa need fufuo a ho mam ko to bi kura ba ne sɛ sɛ de Ghana fo sipom fufuo no ɛno an wo ye no enti sɛ wo hwɛ fufuo won pam wodrom ne we no a wo ho susuna bia wom wo nso de body ne mankan fufuo papa bi
eje nie eni afi na fufuo na afi na wo bedi pa ne sɛ de wo bedi ne sɛ ne wo fa mogyaduro anɔpa wia ne anadwo a wo koda
need fufuo a supermarket bia mu need fufuo a ɛwɔ wo fi a ani gye nko a
FDA ahwehwe se adwade nkratoe mu agye atum se eye
Utie oha echi ponkno Needs FM
Where do you shot? Minim se wo shot. Nanso wo no ana mepe. We biye bibi so wa chere me ya ma make sha enche. Where do you shot? Minim se wo shot. Nanso wo no ana mepe. We biye bibi so wa chere me ya ma make sha enche.
Onwana upa kofe, onwana upa kofe, ADAKABRI ko, nanswene diye tini bunishe. Onwana upa kofe, onwana upa kofe, ADAKABRI ko, nanswene diye tini bunishe.
Abuwa konkontiba, obenina yekesi, na wadani abuncheni.
Abuwa konkontiba, mi benyini ayekese, na madani abuncheni.
Abuwa konkontiba, obenina yekesi, na wadani abuncheni.
Mida sinyamisha wetiefo nyina semwate abua kokotiba o hwe wanya yekese o masoso ne so ama fele we huriate oboko so
na monya mu penso na kokobu Professor Mills
yem penso nanka o se den nanka Nanka.
Professor.
Now one said yes, see, he was arrested. According to Valerie Soya report. He was fixed down by 2 security persons in the room. Sir, a flashback now can. Yes, in the original report.
And some more.
Death threats now. Also, Sisiano. I was here, Hawker Kraman. And they're kicking out of government.
That was low.
Hey, who tells out say he's scared? He's afraid now. He's scared somebody's going to take him out.
But I was share.
The death threats, no.
And crowd do our no motive here. And crowd no be fighter, mano.
ADAKABRI just say you the crab as a crab. I go me no me answer.
Who's only kratia. Bibi kure be see our crane me ho.
But on a serious note, I want to make this statement. Say, Nana Akufo-Addo Bibi Hame and I was so Oshe Hopa as a crusader. Say opeso fighting Ketashi say any proyeno. He started this agenda. Where is Domelevo? Where is Ahmed Swale?
Touch not my anointed.
Where is Domelevo? Where is even the Star FM reporter Adeti? Where is Manasseh Azuri? These are people who have championed causes of fighting corruption. Domelevo
and to over support Manasseh Azuri as the next,
I'm not saying so.
Special prosecutor.
I'm not saying so. Me can say
Titi Betty.
Obia obe sorry say all fighting ketasi say any pro ukrum hano. The New Patriotic Party with their leader Nana Akufo-Addo find a way to take them out. Domelevo Shekro deal $1 million. Osafoma for fire. At the end of the day,
court ruling about
you see,
because there's no
there was no proof of work done for that money being paid.
There was no proof of work done for that particular work at the time. That was the charge.
Oh, so as I now my age maybe to clear.
Now there's evidence.
So we pay money before jobs are done now.
No.
Hey,
you
are making it issue.
Now can say. Nipa sumesi fire, you know.
Okay.
We are on the lookout not to defame anybody.
Mate wase. But $1 million now cruel eji no. And no na Domelevo fighting. Domelo ko fie 2 days oba any assistant the door lock. Ya the credit assessor. And check any man say onko fie. Ya man leave akwa kasa no. President secretary say dia wo kakra obu ya mu ma me bu afu. What is that? Is that not an opportunity for you to have evidence to bring something out of corruption? Say, I've been able to nail Mr. ABC. Manasseh Azuri. Say, and yet MFW if we are, I'm going to go see what South Africa. In Kayon Wahi. I met Swale Wahifa. I met Swale a bit snap TV so. Kase, Papa, where the picture near. Papa went to the picture here, so who are Bomu to Fabra, Nimetuaka,
Yade,
Bomu, Nabra, Bimetuaka.
I've heard the two on the camera.
And the Machia side, or some Bomu, Nabra, Metuaka. At the end of the day, Ahmed Swale was shot, and then that person is walking free. So if Amatiambidu at Nase, Asheniama now say, Misro, the Econo. Nipa obomi who buying Jerry Rollins. Nipa obomi who buying Jerry Rollins.
No, Jerry Rollins who buying.
You see, don't underestimate.
But Jerry to me born home buying.
Yes, say Jata si we crowd na the other be who na yes, but I'm for crowd yes and Yarian crack a crowd more would be who na.
Okay,
if you don't understand, my final I think that the president has been part of this thing that we are all suffering today. If we are taking a bold decision with crusaders fighting for corruption in the beginning, like John Mahama did in the Jida case, in punishing his own appointees, I don't think we'll be here today thinking about our way forward. So we'll give it to John Mahama and not to Nanado.
Of a young creative impression of corruption and run the starting in a by BNT Manso. Corruption, was it from Adam time na corruption by? Yempo, it is with us. So far as a human institution, you operated there. But what is more important is Ubenya Bibia, Ubenya the commitment and the zeal and the power and the intent to fight corruption. Over Abribia Mekase, even the appointment of Amidu into the special prosecutor's office alone shows that Akufo-Addo no reasonable no word papa so fight corruption because senka enye sa adenti na woko appoint to political opponent na enye wa somebody or wa abem Akufo-Addo on a regular day no word papa to fight the corruption but like I always say everywhere the fight wasn't an event, it was a process, and the process here they are obenya successes obenya challenges that administrative failure Amidu Diabreya NDC is trying to capitalize on that. But we'll not waste time on that. See, I see a corruption. Say abanya woni or pepper and the fight corruption. And no drama because so no sada over 32 million Ghana cedis seven from good year. Usu be dia oh penny ukasa my